Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the FreshandFit Podcast. It's Friday, and we're here with Rollo Tomassi. We got a Q&A for y'all. Let's get into it, baby.
Go.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are here with Rollo Tomassi, author of The Rational Male, both books right here, book 4 and book 1. Guys, so today we got an awesome show planned for y'all. We're going to do an open Q&A. We're going to have some general discussion and then open up the phone lines for y'all. The way we're going to do it, guys, we're going to prioritize super chats and then phone calls. And, you know, as usual, if you guys want to skip the line on the phone call queue, no problem. Just donate a super chat with the last 4 digits of your number, and then Chris will find you in the queue, and we'll do it. The phone number to call, guys, we'll put it up on screen right now, is 515-605-9740. Again, that number is 515-605-9740. Don't ask me how I memorized it. It's pretty pathetic. That goes to show I just live in the studio and nothing else. But other than that, hey, Rollo, for the people that might not know who you are, can you introduce yourself one more time? I know this is like the 5th time, but...
I'm Rollo Tomassi. I'm the author of The Rational Male and the Rational Male book series. There are 4 books in the series. People always ask, you know, maybe I should clarify this, is people always ask me, which one should I start with? Start with that one right there. Start with the first one, because that's kind of like the basics. And then there's no really reading order for them after that. I think a lot of people think of preventive medicine, that's the second one in the series, as sort of like, I think, the most applicable,
right?
But then there's positive masculinity and religion, which is the 4th one that's right there. So and they all have their kind of, I don't know, I think they all have their own purpose, their own intent when it comes to you know, understanding concepts in the manosphere and stuff like that. So
cool. And just real quick, man, so guys, once again, super chat in your questions, we'll take phone calls too as well. But Rollo, how's Miami been for you this time?
Oh, it's great, man. This is number 5. This is the 5th time I've been out here. I was just talking to Tom about that. I'm like, this is the 5th time that I've been out here. And I'm out here for usually about a week. I think the longest I was out here for like 10 days. I was back in June where we were meeting with Robert Kiyosaki.
Right.
And I got to the point where I had to, and people have been following me on my Instagram. I got to the point right now where I'm like, I can't get out of practice when I'm playing guitar all the time, because I play in a band called Trial of Ascension in Reno, Nevada. We got a show coming up on January 14th, and I don't want to get out of practice, so I bought a guitar and I had it shipped to Sterling Cooper's place.
That's what it was.
And so he hands it off to me. I play, you know, I'm you know, stay in practice. I hand it back to him when I fly out. Eventually I'm going to end up here. I'm pretty sure I have some concrete plans to move to like Cape Coral at some point. So
good. We need you here, man.
Yeah.
We need the Godfather here to help us.
Yeah. Certainly going to buy some property there. So
We're
with your guy, with Roger.
He's using my real estate agent. Shout out to our boy Roger, man. Roger Lasad, if you guys that don't know, that's my real estate agent, man. Check him out. I think his Instagram is Roger Lasad. Just search him out, right? ROGER_Lasad. Yeah, there you go. _LISSADE. Check him out. But anyway, guys, quick announcements. Patreon.com/FreshFit, guys. Please go ahead and go there to check out all the exclusive content, to include the kickouts of the annoying bimbos. We got both of them up, right?
Yep. Oh, okay. Actually, no, hold on. We got
Stupid.
You have one job,
but the second one, no.
Okay, so we're gonna put those kickouts for you guys, and also, so we're not doing a nighttime show tonight, guys. So I'm gonna be able to go in there in the Patreon. I'm gonna film some videos for y'all. For all of our patrons at the $50 tier, whatever, I respond to all your messages, and I actually respond to a $20 tier too. I ain't gonna lie, I respond to you guys with messages, whatever. But we record videos as well for the higher tier guys. So if you ask a question and it's a good question, I'll record a video, send it your way. But guys, we have 300 plus videos on that motherfucker. It's great. A lot of content on there to include the kickouts, stuff on cryptocurrency, real estate investing, making money in general, entrepreneurship, getting in shape, I did a video today that came out on steroids. Should you use them? And I broke it down, the natty side versus, going into the dark side. And, we got some fitness content people that are going to also be on the show, guys, very soon. I was talking to a very big fitness YouTuber, which I'm really excited for, that's going to come on the show. I'll make the announcement here soon enough, but we're going to lock in a date and I'll let y'all know. But it's someone very, very credible in the evidence-based community when it comes to fitness. If you guys can guess.
Here we go.
But other than that, man, check us out on patreon.com because we got everything for y'all there. We're the #1 men's podcast in the fucking world, and we got y'all. Also, we're on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Check us out over there. You get all the exclusive audio as well. And we're going to do one monthly live stream on Patreon as well. I'm just waiting, guys, to get this studio done and the second studio, and y'all are going to see the exclusive Patreon stuff over there. We're going to have another setup over there. As y'all know, I'm the audio guy now, so I'm not as good as Trey. So I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, I'm the captain now. You know what I mean? And guys, like I said, no bad blood between us and Trey, man. We wish him the best. Like I said, he has a full-time job,
Trey's
guys.
good.
You know what I'm saying? Trey's good, guys. So anyway, with that said, also, guys, we got the merch, FreshandFitPodcast.com, so you guys get all the merch that Fresh refuses to wear on air. Check us out over there. We got the For Example shirt, Ninja
Press in the
shirts.
wash, bro.
They're all there, man.
It's in the wash, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me a break.
Yeah, Fred, Chris representing, man, big ass dome. And also, Fresh, you want to tell about your vlog channel?
Guys, for behind the scenes, man, check out the vlog channel. 100K in the way. We go with guests, we go with girls, all that fun stuff. Check it out.
And also, guys, we got another YouTube channel. It's called FreshandFit Clips, man. Check us out over there, man. And Rollo also has another.
I got my
channel as
clips
well.
now too, courtesy of Tom, who's in the studio as well.
Shout out to Tom.
Shout out
Put
to Tom,
Tom on the camera.
Hardest working
Tom,
man.
motherfucker. Hey,
You guys don't even
turn the light
know.
on that guy,
Captain
bro.
America.
That's our YouTube guy right there, guys. Tom. Hey,
America.
what's up, man? I'll give you a dog.
Save the world, Tom.
Yeah, Tom
Why
is
don't
there.
you?
So anyway, yeah, guys, for all y'all that say you guys never hang out with white people, we actually do.
We do actually.
It's
It's 3 in the studio.
You got 3 of them in the studio. We're actually outnumbered right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
so no, I mean, what's math, man?
Okay, so well, actually, Fresh. No, we're winning because Fresh counts as 2 black.
Oh yeah,
guys.
you're right.
So yeah, he's you dark as hell, bro.
He's under the bed,
But I'm
dark.
way on the inside. Oh, you screw you, Rollo. That's the good man.
He's under the bed.
Nice one.
Fresh is as dark as I am white. I mean,
What a suck up.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Damn,
Like
Oreo, man.
y'all did that vlog, and you guys were in a Lambo. I know for a fact people were wondering, like, how are these guys friends? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Chocolate and
What
vanilla?
Yeah.
It's ransom.
This guy's wearing a chain, and this guy is like stuck in the 1985.
metal.
Looks like Guns.
That's
You
funny.
got a Guns N' Roses looking
Especially,
type guy
yeah.
from the 80s, and
And
then
then
you
you
got
got
Fresh, who's a wannabe rapper.
And
And
then
we're
we're
Nigerian scammer, man.
And we're
What's
blasting,
going on?
and we're blasting like Steel Panther. And people are like,
Boomerang.
what the hell is that?
You're like, what the hell is going on right now, man? So, all right. And then what else could shamelessly plug here? Oh, Chris, you want to tell about your Twitch where you where
Peanut butter.
It's got follow me on Twitch and Aaron Poxon. I do streams pre-show and post-show with the ladies. I did a pre-show stream yesterday, and I will do a stream tomorrow. So let's get it, Merscan. We out here.
Yo, you know what's hilarious, bro? Like when you guys, I don't know if you guys, well, you guys see a little bit when we have the nighttime show and the girls are here and Chris is starting to get drunk. Bro, nobody understands anything he's saying, bro. And then someone clipped it. Could someone put the link in the chat? Someone clipped like when Chris had like a outburst on a girl, and no one understood what the fuck he said. Even us were like, "What?"
Is
And
it
the
on
whole
Reddit?
chat went crazy. It was on Reddit, yeah. Somebody put like,
Oh, really?
It was when you were sick. But it was funny as hell because no
Oh,
one
no.
understood
Yeah,
what the
when I
hell you
was
were
sick.
saying, bro.
Bro, I was sick, man.
But nigga, that doesn't change if you could enunciate. Like what?
Nigga, if you sick and you have a cold, what the fuck? Like when you talk, what happens, nigga?
Bro, I could have cancer and I'll still be able to say, like, bitch,
cancer-
you're stupid.
Oh,
Like, you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
Well, you know.
I will still be able to enunciate, man.
All right.
So anyway, yeah, but shout out to all you guys out there, bro. I know someone has that clip. Someone will put it in the chat, bro. But I'll read these super chats real quick, and then we'll get into answering
go
your guys'
for it.
questions, man. This is an open Q&A, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I have not done a Q&A in a long time on my own channel, so this is like sort of catching up.
And guys, please
There
stay
you
on
go.
topic because if it's some random bullshit, I'm gonna just go past that shit.
There you go.
Okay, so let's see here. We got okay, bro, Fresh. Some dude got his Patek and Rolex robbed last night after taking a girl home from Komodo and Live, and she drugged him. These Miami 304s.
Well, my friend,
$5.
Fresh don't drink.
if
I'm
you,
alright.
I don't drink, so you can't drug me in that sense. Sorry for him, man.
Yeah, man, that shucks.
Hopefully he had insurance, because that'll help a lot.
Yeah, but guys, that's actually common, bro, here in Miami. Like,
Yeah.
no one talks about it, bro, but like girls be doing that shit all the time. All the time,
But
bro.
guys are embarrassed to go to the police, so.
Facts.
Wait, hold on. Let me number on screen first.
Oh, phone number.
Oh, yeah. You know, oh,
Guys, call in.
yeah, right there.
515-605-9740.
I want to hear your voice.
We got Fran Yesti. I'm losing my hairdos. Going bald affect hypergamy? No, it does not, my friend. Some guys can rock the bald look very well. It depends. It goes on that avatar. Like
I don't know. Are you a girl? Because if you're a girl and you're going bald, then yeah, it does affect hypergamy. you have to clarify terms here, okay? Fran, the Fran could be a guy.
Hypergamy doesn't
It could
care.
be a girl.
Hypergamy doesn't care.
Hey, Rollo, when does Fozzy go on tour again?
I don't know, but call me if you need an opener. Let's just leave it at that.
All right.
We got and that's $2 from Philip Quinones. Thank you so much. And that was Fran Yeet earlier. Philip with her. Today's episode with Timcast, they brought up woke education and when it started. With RP lenses, is the main reason because women dominate schools today, or is that too easy of an answer? No one but you guys will bring it up. And I'll say real quick, shout out to our boy Timcast. We're actually going to go back on his podcast this month, guys. I was speaking with him. We're going to talk about we're going to take a little bit of a different take on it. As y'all know, I used to work in law enforcement. We're going to break down some of these cases. And I'll give y'all a little bit of my, my interpretation from the law enforcement side. Not a lot of people have that side of it. So we could talk about some of these big cases, like the Rand House and all this other stuff that came up.
Yeah, people keep asking me about that one shooting in Lubbock, Texas. That was the ex-husband went to go get the kid.
I saw that. I didn't get to read on it.
I had to be real careful with that. I know a lot of other people have been talking about that, and I wanted to do it. I was going to do it right before I came out here, and I kind of backed up off of it because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like I wanted all the facts, right? Especially when it's something as serious as that. And so people are saying, when are you going to do that show? I'll probably do it when I get back in Reno. But I know some other people have been doing it. And the other thing is, whenever you rebroadcast like shootings like that, you can pretty much expect you're going to get demonetized.
Yeah.
They're going to put that warning in front of it, because if you show that in its entirety, and I would have to do a breakdown of it. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, for sure. Yeah. And let me know, Rollo. I'll read up on it myself. And if you want me to come in and give you
we should actually, we could do a tag team on that.
A Leo perspective.
Well, I think what was bugging
I used to live in Texas. So
what was bugging most of the guys about that video is like the ex-wife was just kind of completely indifferent to the whole thing that was going on, like impassive compassion, like some dude just got shot. I don't care if I even know the guy. If a dude gets shot in front of me, I'm gonna be like, holy crap.
What was that? Hypergamy doesn't care, I think?
Yeah, and I was like, that's why I was like, this is like where we're at. And even the girlfriend of the ex-husband, she's like filming it, and there's two camera angles of this incident that had happened, and it's like nobody's like losing their shit. I'm like, the dude died. He's like dead on the freaking on the porch right there. And
there's like the full graphic video that shows everything.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Shit.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not. I mean, it's not really super bloody or anything. A guy gets shot twice and he dies. He's right. Just drops dead.
Wow.
Just like that.
Who shot him?
The boyfriend of the ex-wife who was there, and of course she's there filming the whole thing as well, shot in front of his kids as well.
Rest in peace to that man. Nobody
and he was there
like that.
He was there arguing with her, trying to say, hey, look, it's my turn to get the kid, and she was like deliberately trying to provoke this guy. And I'm of the opinion that maybe this was sort of a let's you and him fight kind of situation, because she was completely impassive about the whole thing. And as a matter of fact, at the end of the video, the only time she even moves position is when she gets down on her knees so she can take pictures of the now dead ex-husband that's laying on the porch.
So the biological father died.
Biological father died
Holy
because
shit.
the new boyfriend shot him twice with an AR. And of course, everybody wants to make it into a self-defense thing, of course, because of the Kyle Rittenhouse thing that was going on, but also they wanted to make it about gun control. They wanted to make it about, it's a hot story because it's coming on the heels of all of that.
Yeah.
But they're missing the main point here is here's a guy trying to get his kids.
Yeah.
He even says, I have the court order here. The police are on the way. You're going to let me have my kids kind of thing. And he was, he was getting kind of belligerent because he was pissed off, right? Where's my child? And then the new boyfriend comes out and confronts him. They all posting up on each other and everything. And then he goes back in the house, grabs a gun, comes back out. And the guy made the mistake of like trying to grab the gun, like push the gun away from him and said, shoot, you better shoot me, blah, 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 because I'll take it off of you kind of thing.
Yeah.
the guy was completely unarmed. Whether it's, the self-defense side of things, that's not my wheelhouse. But like the fact that the two women who are there, it makes me think that maybe it was planned, or it was like the ex-wife was saying, if I can get this dude to kill this dude, then it kind of gets onto the kill the party dynamic.
Damn.
I'll say this from my training and experience prior, firearm retention is something that they teach you, and you can basically, conclude if someone tries to, grab your gun, your number one job is to retain the firearm, make sure they don't get it from you. At that point, most of the time, lethal force is probably going to be, every situation is different, right? So I can't say blanket, like it's going to be, yeah, you can shoot them. But if someone grabs your gun, your job is to retain, protect, get them off. And at that point, you can assume that they're trying to take your life, and you may be able to deploy deadly force.
You should. Have you seen
every
the
situation
video?
is different.
Have you seen the video?
I haven't seen the video, which is why I got to watch the video, and then we could do it 100% do a breakdown. Because once I see what happened, then that's going to change it.
I didn't think about that because you were in law enforcement for a while. You would know. You would be a good person to talk about.
Yeah, that's very common. That's why most guys that even like feds, when they go out on an enforcement action, typically if you're going to wear a drop down holster, whatever, they want it to have some level of retention where you can only get the gun out from where you are with the thumb release. You know what I'm saying? And most guys that are on patrol, they have like a triple type, secure mechanism where it's like, not only do they have to release it, but they also have to like push it forward away. And that's for protection. So when you're in the road and like someone tries to grab your gun or whatever, they can't get it out because they're not in a position where they can actually maneuver the weapon out properly. And, you're trained at that point, like immediately if they put their hands on it, bang, retain, bring them tight, get them the fuck off you. And then, you could, and then get them off. And then at that point, most of the time you can reasonably deduct, oh, guy, this guy's trying to kill me because he went for my gun. And then at that point, a lot of the times deadly force is authorized, but it depends on the situation. There's so many, it's very difficult to like sit there at 20/20 hindsight because it has to happen. And then, it never goes 20/20 hindsight with shootings. It's always, what would a reasonable person have taken that action? Was there a threat of imminent serious bodily injury and or death? If there was, at the time it was happening, not 20/20 hindsight like these stupid newscasters want to tell you. No, well, you did you know that the gun was plastic? Well, at the time the person didn't know the gun was plastic. He thought it was real. A reasonable person would have thought it was real, and they shot and killed him. It's a clean shoot. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes.
It gets even more interesting because the guy who was the boyfriend was married to the judge, who was like the female judge who would have been, she had to recuse herself from that whole thing.
Where was this at in Texas?
This is at Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, okay.
And and the guy was never arrested. He's still walking around. I think that's why everybody made a big deal of it. Well, see, he's white, so they let him off. He just goes and walks around, and they didn't even arrest him at all.
My prediction is this: the Texas Rangers have taken that case over.
Most likely,
they're gonna, because for some of you guys that don't know that, so the Texas Rangers are the premier law enforcement agency for the state of Texas. They take all the large, large scale homicide, like the premier cases that have a lot of media coverage, almost always go to Texas Rangers. And the way the Rangers work is, they're separate from the Department of Public Safety for the state of Texas. They're away from Criminal Investigation Division. They're a whole other thing, and it's a very prestigious gig. You can only get on as a Texas Ranger if you've been born in the state. They get this whole shebang. You go through Ranger school, and they work in. There's only a few of them sworn Texas Rangers in the state of Texas. So they take all the biggest cases, public corruption, etc. Think of them as essentially the FBI for the state of Texas.
We definitely need to do a tag.
No, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So, just to finish up. So, I guarantee what's happened is since this case has hit national news, Texas Rangers have now taken a case away from the sheriff's office or whoever would have been responsible for it, and they're more than likely going to go to a judge and get an arrest warrant, come back for that guy if they find it that there was some culpability on his end. Because normally in Texas, and I remember this from being an agent down there, you could get a warrant from the justice of the peace, which is not technically a judge. You know what I'm saying? So Texas has a different set of rules. But for this, I'm more than willing to bet DPS is taking over. Texas Ranger Division is handling it, and they're going to act accordingly. And the investigation is on them now.
But if he walked in the house freely without any danger, is that self-defense at that point? Because
he didn't come in the house. He was on the porch. They were outside the house.
The guy that went for the gun, he went inside the house.
Yeah, he went back in, grabbed it, and brought it back out. Yeah,
he was free to do whatever he wanted to do. He wasn't under
And the cops were already on the way. He made that known. So I don't know if that makes any difference, but
That's crazy.
we'll break down the video.
I mean,
man.
Texas is a it's funny. Texas is never going to give up their guns. That's number one. And I mean, Texas has some of the most lax.
I mean, they got a castle doctrine there for sure.
Gun laws.
So,
They have some of the most lax gun. You guys want to know how crazy Texas is? I'll never forget this. I go down memory lane real quick. So when I was living in Texas, you guys know I was in Laredo, Texas. I had a large scale drug investigation that I was doing at the time. Long story short, they were importing crystal methamphetamine in from Mexico into the United States, and we had identified a source of supply, and we had identified another guy that was close to this guy, and we wanted to flip him, whatever it was, right? And this guy, we had done like a state search warrant, and this case is done now, so I can talk about it, but I'm not going to mention any particulars. But we did a state case, a state search warrant, right? And the person I did the search warrant with, he was a task force officer with the DEA, right? And we did the search warrant. We found guns in his house. This guy was a convicted felon. Okay, so federally, you and state-wise as well, you cannot have a firearm after being a convicted felon. And federally, you can get hit with something called 18 U.S.C. 922, right? 922G, felon in possession of a firearm. So we were going to charge him with that, to pinch him and get him to cooperate on the larger scale case, right? Obviously unknown to him. He just thinks, search warrant. They think I have some shit, but we found the guns. Come to find out, the AUSA, the federal prosecutor, didn't want to take the case. And I was like, what the fuck? This guy's a felon. We should be able to get him. And I was there on my ATF buddy, he's an ATF agent, because they're the ones that typically to do a felon in possession charge federally, you need to have an ATF agent basically attest to the fact that the firearm affects interstate commerce, because the firearm has different parts manufactured in different parts of the state. That's how you get the federal charge. Has to affect interstate commerce. But the firearm was like a Springfield, which is like, obviously you could say, hey, well, the spring was made in Massachusetts, the barrel was made in Nevada, bang, interstate commerce. That's how you get it, right? So we went to the prosecutor. Hey, we want to prosecute this guy. This is our strategy. And the prosecutor actually declined prosecution for a felon in possession charge, which is very easy to prove, because in Texas, after 5 years of being convicted of a felony, you can keep a firearm in your house.
Wow.
Even as a felon.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's the gun laws in Texas.
Shout out to Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? We didn't end up with that guy, but
yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
That's relaxed, man.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Texas, man. But yeah, that was a cool little story right there. But no, we could definitely do that break.
Yeah, we should do it. Yeah, we should do a tag team on that.
All right, Big Dogs Eat, $10. What do you guys think about men getting? Wait, Fresh, did you have some?
No, I
Okay.
I already said it. So it's fine.
$10. Big Dogs Eat. What do you guys think about men getting a hair transplant from Turkey and or the U.S. if they're bald? Now everyone could be Andrew Tate rocking the baldy with major confidence. LOL. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Turkey, bro, that you can get it at a pretty good price. But check in surgeons in your area, guys, because you guys got to remember, as technology gets better, hair transplants are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, man. So check in your ear before you go international.
Or lean into it. Just shave your head.
Or you can just accept the baldness.
Sooner or later, I will. People keep asking me, are you going to cut your hair? I was joking about like cutting my hair. Like when I came out here, I said, would you guys want to see a video of me like getting my hair cut down at like, the salon?
Now you got to keep the actual.
And I was going to say, because I said, put a 1 in the chat if you want me to. And it's like nothing but 2s. And I'm like, all right, the people have spoken.
Danny the Manny just got a promotion to manager from sales rep to manager for an AT&T store, making $65K a year at 26 years old. Time to get some ETH. Big up. Hey, man, congratulations to you, my friend. Venom. Since Trey is not around, who do we send videos to react to now? I sent them a video earlier in the week.
Send it to me. I'll go through them right before the show. Fresh Prince CEO on Instagram. I'll look at them. It's fine.
All right. The Transgender. I just joined Patreon today. I love your show. You guys are fire. I will upgrade gradually. I am also planning on calling in today. Sure.
Welcome,
Thank you, man. Give you the last 4 digits, bro, so Chris can put you in the queue.
Welcome, dude.
The Transgender. F&F, y'all the best. I'm 25. I got my own house and 2 jobs. I'm in the process of quitting my money on point. Getting my money on point. Sorry, I'm blind, guys. I have a question. What's the process of learning your purpose in life? Because I'm trying to find mine.
My friend, you gotta try different things, man. You won't know until you try different things. And it's funny, you might think you know your purpose, but until you actually go down that path and try it yourself, you won't really know. So try different things. Look online, look on YouTube, look at mentors in your space, look at where you can see other people doing work, and try yourself. For example, e-commerce. You could do marketing. You could do YouTube. Try different things, and then once you find that lane where you excel, then just start like run with it all the way, pretty much.
The benefit of being young is you got time on your side. But Rollo, what
I
you
was
take
going
on
to say,
it?
just like, what are your talents? Do you have any natural? That's the first thing I would say. Do you have any innate natural talents? Do you have any skills? Anything that you're really good at? Anything that you're passionate about?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily. You don't have to build a career on that, but at least it might aim you in the right direction. So, like, I've always been a very artistic kind of guy. So I've done a lot of things. I got I write, I draw, I do video. I was a graphic designer for a while. I was an art director for a while. I sound engineer for a while. I did a lot of things that especially like, I always use this story. It's like when I was doing the band thing back in my rock star 20s, right? I learned a lot more than just being a rock star. Right. I got into it. And how do I deal with the people, the personalities in the band? How do I be creative? And how do I write music? I don't know how to write music. I was just like, okay, this is what I think works best. How to write lyrics, how to write music, how to record music, how to save money so you can record music. How the business side of it. I mean, you think about all the things that are involved in just like, say, the music business. And I'm not suggesting, go get in the music business, but getting into one field will open you up to other fields, like for like graphic design and the things that I do right now artistically. I got into being like a marketer and a branding guy because I used to do flyers for bands back in the 80s. And I did them so well that I had other bands come up to me and go, "Hey, those are rad. Those are awesome, flyers, dude."
Was that term rad?
Rad.
Like
those
that.
rad. Those, I'm
Rad,
sorry,
dude.
I'm dating myself. Those are rad flyers.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah. And so they would hit me up to do their flyers, and so I would start charging them money for it, and that's how I would put gas in my car.
Fantastic. All right, $10. Gerard Burke. Why do women pop up after a man tells them they are not interested in just being their friend, even though the woman has no interest in seeing the man again?
Because you are the last resort. You're the sure thing. You're the one that gave her enough attention that
That was
still thinks
easy.
There's something there.
Bam.
Yeah, that was very easy.
There you go.
Shout out to F&F gang, and this is from the Ultimate Instigator. Myron, Fresh, Chris. Hey, Rollo, you spit the realest bars on last night's show. RP is a theory, game is a practice. You can't have one without the other. Absolutely, man.
Bam.
$50 from you. Thank you so much, by the way, for that Ultimate Instigator. It was awesome to bring
With
you and Owen Cook together, by the way, man. That was,
man.
guys, I'm working on mystery as well. I know a lot of people are like, mystery. Guys, I'm going to try my best to get mystery on the show.
You know who talked to him? You know who talked to him recently? It's Troy Francis.
Really?
He was over there in Europe.
I spoke to him on the phone for like an hour,
Mhm.
and it was right in the middle of the pandemic. So he was in Mexico and stuff. But I'm gonna try to get him over here, man.
Bro, these guys are definitely on a higher IQ because you were on Owen. It took a while for him to even like say, you know what? I'll give you guys a shot. Because he's very like, okay, I'm in my lane of like creation.
Mm.
I don't want to mess it up. So shout out to Owen though, man.
Yeah,
Awesome
shout out
guy.
to Casey for making that shit happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Casey. And don't worry, guys. Whenever he's around, we're gonna do an episode. Is he around
Colombia.
this Wednesday?
Nah. He going
He's
to
never
LA.
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we'll do episode on
We'll do an episode
Colombia.
on Colombia for you guys too. But yeah, Casey made that happen, man. Shout out to Casey
Shout out to Casey
Redbeard.
Redbeard.
Okay, so next year, but no, and the dream one day, I will have Rollo Tomassi at the table with Mystery, Owen Cook, and Neil Strauss. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
Bam.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
He said, oh.
We're gonna make
My
it
he
happen.
had me until he got to Neil Strauss.
Okay, if we don't want Neil,
No,
then I
that's
guess
fine. No, have him on, but yeah.
But no, I'm going to make that happen, bro. It will happen, guys, right here on the FreshandFit Podcast. Whatever we got to do, we'll make it happen. Jesus Garcia, you guys should have Steel Panther on, and thanks for the content you guys saved me in many ways.
That'd be
Thanks.
dope.
That I would be on. Yeah, me on there.
Who's Steel Panther?
They put me on-
The band that we always
Yeah.
listen to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Boom,
Michael,
tank,
get Michael
boomerang.
Starr and Satchel on here would be great,
Yeah.
but they're in LA. So.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Mitchie, all the way from New Zealand, $5. What's the best response to why are you single? I'm a bit older, 39. I'm not high value, but fairly good looking. Have my shit together.
Because I know better. Because I'm hitting my. Oh, you know what the answer is? I'm hitting my stride. Why wouldn't I be? I'm at the peak of my game right now.
Or you know what, bro?
Hopefully you are.
You know what I do is when girls ask me a stupid question like that, I'll be like, well, when you were 19, did you think about getting married? And she, more than likely, if you're in a Western country, she's gonna say, definitely, nope. I'm in my prime. You say, okay, well, I'm in my prime. Bam. What I've come to realize from debating hundreds of these women is their solipsism doesn't allow them to understand the male experience. So what you have to do is have them feel something and then immediately equate it to something else. So did you want to get settled down when you were 19 years old? What was going through your mind? Oh, no, I was living life, young, wild, and free. I was in college, blah, blah, blah. Cool. That same feeling you had, that's how I feel now.
I got it now.
And then bam, that's how they're able to understand where you're coming from because they need to feel it first for them to understand.
I just tell them basically, hey, right now, it's hard to find a girl that, is gonna be good because in these times, it's rough, and hopefully one day I can find one.
There's 100 guys that's going to be in the comments.
So open, bro.
There's 100 guys and it's going to be in the comments right now. They're going to go, well, because I don't want to get married. I don't want to lose half my stuff. And I don't want to, you guys are all hoes and bitches and tricks and hoes.
Oh my God, who the hell?
That's what girls think when you say that shit, bro.
Hey,
and
man.
you can be,
Even though it's true.
I like your answer because like that speaks to a woman's language, which we constantly say that they lead with emotion, men lead with reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you lead with reason, if you're not trying to get with that girl, then by all means lead with reason, because you're just gonna, leave her with a bad taste in her mouth. But if you're like trying to get her, if you want to get a woman to learn something, you have to at least speak that language. You have to speak the covert emotional language. And as you're doing here, you have to make them empathetic. Like, remember when the way you felt when you were 19? I feel merch. I feel this way, right? If you can sort of make that comparison, well, the way I feel right now at 39 is the way you did when you were 19.
Bam.
That's speaking to the emotional.
And here's the other thing too. What you guys also don't see is that's a very covert demonstration of higher value. You always say women have a serious issue with you like bragging overtly or too ostentatiously. When you like brag, but it's covert, and she's got to kind of read between the lines to see the DHV, it makes it much more potent. So if when you say, hey, when you were 19 and you're in your prime, young, wild, and free, right? Yeah, it was fun. I was in my prime. Cool. That's where I'm at now. And what's she gonna assume? Okay, this nigga's probably doing well with money, finances, maybe successful, whatever. He's in his prime. So okay, and as an older man, what's a woman gonna assume when you say you're at your prime? Finances typically. So, but you did it without saying, I have money. You don't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? When a woman, discovery always trumps disclosure, but when you say it in a casual way like that, and of course, guys don't say, yeah, bitch, because I'm at my prime. And when you just like you were, don't do that. You got to be, it's how you say things, guys. Women don't really care about what you say. It's how you say and how they feel after you say. That's why I trigger all these girls. Anyway, moving on. Anything, Fred? Yeah,
Man, I'm going to be smooth. I'm going to be like, yo, real talk.
First, don't say shit on dates.
Yeah, I pretty much let him do all the talking.
He lets the girls talk. Okay, we got Douglas Ferreira all the way from Brazil. Shout out to you, bro. Night, guys. Rollo, besides you guys, I do follow 33 Secrets too. Did you have any issue with Matt Cross from 33? Yes. Can F&F invite that guy on the show? Man, he is badass. Thanks. Love you guys.
You know what? You know why you like Matt Cross? Because he basically reads my stuff verbatim from those two books. Well, at least that one book right there. I know he's in Vegas. I know he's the guy that, what was he doing? Is he still doing videos from his car at the parking lot at night? I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything against him personally, but I do know that in the past he has sort of been essentially like reading my book verbatum and saying this.
Yeah, I have seen him give you credit though. I've seen him give you credit.
He has like more recently, only because I think people are calling him out on it.
Oh, okay. I don't have a problem with the guy. You know what I mean? I think he has a good perspective on how things are. You know, he's like an RP aware pickup artist. So, hey, it is what it is. Okay, the Miles thoughts on EP with married RP men like Chris is below. Chris,
what?
It's below. Okay. Yeah, RP men like Roll and ARC on an episode with married RP. Oh, okay, yeah, we can maybe make that happen. Michael White. I just got my 129 late count today. Congratulations, sir. Can I get Don DeMarco F&F chat? Be alpha in your life and circle first, so don't get AMOG like Bezos.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. 129 girls is pretty good, bro. Tall Paul. The red pill has completely changed my life. My question is about plate spinning. Last digits 4977. Cool. $10. The truth is, when is the 500K party?
So we're 5K away from hitting 500K. Honestly speaking, hopefully it's in December, but we're going to wait and see until we hit 500K.
It could be right now if you just get your friends to sub to this channel.
Sub to the goddamn channel, ninjas.
And actually, we got a giveaway too for the PS5, a trip to Miami, and a bunch of other stuff for the Rolex as well for you guys to win. So, hey, man.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, $10. The truth is, we read that one, $10. Okay, and then last, Lee Lake Peak, last four digits is 0998. Cool. Got you. I think he goes first, right, Chris?
I mean, it depends. But...
Yeah, I think he's gonna go first because that's the biggest one. Isaiah McCrimmon. When I call the number, it says there's no scheduled shows. Am I doing something wrong? No, man. It's 515-605-9740.
Yeah, just figure it out, man.
$5. Big dogs eat. Hey, Myron, isn't there a way that felons get guns legally by starting a security company and using the loophole to obtain an LTC? I live in MA. It depends on your state, guys. Every state is different. Some states have more stricter gun laws than others, but federally, you cannot have a firearm after being convicted of a felony, of a crime punishable by more than 1 year, which is typically a felony. You know what typically ATF is going to do, or any Fed, is they're going to go get your court documents from when you got convicted, your conviction paperwork, and they're going to go to the AUSA, establish that the firearm affects interstate commerce, which all firearms do, and then they're going to go and indict you for 922G. So Jennifer Grover, $10, all the way from Canada. Guys, I want to say thank you, because listening to you guys has improved my marriage and has helped me to appreciate my husband more.
Awesome.
Hey, shout out to you, Jennifer. Oh, and then also, guys, being a felon is just one form of being prohibited. There's actually 9 things that make you prohibited. You know, a drug user, dishonorable discharge from the military. There's a bunch of different things that automatically make you a prohibited person from possessing a firearm in the United States, but felon is the most common one. All right, so we got Papa Gold. And guys, I'm going to do a full episode on law enforcement, by the way, for you guys.
Yeah.
The different agencies, how to get on with the feds, how to come on with the police department, all that shit. I will do it for y'all. But yeah.
Let's hit the chat
First call?
Yeah, first call first.
All right, let's hit the first call.
0998.
0998. Welcome to the
What's up,
FreshandFit
caller?
Podcast with Rollo Tomassi.
Welcome,
And yes,
man.
we can hear you.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, yeah. I was gonna say, man, I love the show. I love the show really like a lot, bro. I watch y'all every single day. I
Thank
consume
you.
a lot of both of your content, Fresh and Fit and Rollo Tomassi. My question is what is the hardest part about the unplugging process?
Rollo, take it away.
Man, okay, I would say that it's unlearning the things you've already learned. It's getting out of old, I guess, mental habits might be the best way to express that. It's because you'll hear guys tell you all the time you need to value yourself, or you'll listen to a lot of people kind of butcher my work when it comes to mental point of origin, which I think is
Oh my God,
one
they
of the
do,
hardest things for guys to sort of wrap their heads around, because it sounds like put yourself first, right? You know, like Tony Robbins, you're number one, let's all have a pep rally kind of thing. And that's not what it's about. It's about internalizing your own value. And I think I said this last night. I said that there's a chapter in this book right here called The Threat. And it starts off with this, is that there's nothing that is more simultaneously threatening and attractive than a guy who understands his own value to women.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys have a tough time with that, because sometimes that woman will say, oh, you're an arrogant jerk. You're selfish now. What happened to you? You're trying to be something you're not. And so a lot of people, at the same time that you're trying to sort of have this self change or unlearning things, and you're trying to do things in different ways, the people who knew you before will be the ones who try to say, stop trying to be something you're not. So, that's not you, because they want you to remain predictable. They want you to be somebody that they're comfortable with. They're comfortable with your predictability because they know what you'll say if they try to, convince you of something, or they want you to do something for them. And once you start making yourself the first thought that jumps into your head when you are faced with a decision, what happens then after that is you will start manifesting behaviors that seem out of character for you. And the next hardest part is dealing with is this really how I am? Is this who I am? Because a lot of people don't want to step on people's toes. We want to be non-confrontational, and we kind of have to in some way risk being confrontational if we're going to change ourselves in some way. And you have to also have the belief that you can change, first of all, change your mind about yourself.
Absolutely.
Once you've done that, you're going to have people who are going to try to drag you back down, like the crab in the barrel, crab in the bucket analogy. And so you're going to have friends and family who are going to say, you're trying to be something you're not, whatever. It might behoove you at that time to sort of take a break from that. And I think it's in 48 Laws of Power. It's to do a strategic withdrawal, right? You get away from that, become who you're going to be, and then come back again as that new person. And sometimes we do that naturally, and sometimes we do that sort of just as a by design. But I think that's probably the hardest part for guys when it comes to unplugging is convincing themselves or understanding that they're becoming something new or something else. And sometimes that gets you called a jerk. Sometimes you get called an arrogant son of a bitch or a poser for that matter. So
Bam.
Believing that you
Give me a
can do
hell
that.
yeah.
That's a good response right
like that
there.
one, man.
That was all bars, super bars. I was gonna say that I remember I actually and a part of your first book, I remember actually you saying this part. I just was trying to pinpoint exactly what was the hardest part, and that makes complete sense. I talked to
You
my
must
friend
unlearn that
going
what
back
you have
to the
learned.
show that Fresh and Fit did, I think a couple of days ago, about trying to convince your friends to go RP. Like me, I'm the kind of person, like when I find something great, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta tell the homies. And I tell the homies and they're like all against me. They don't even understand.
Right.
And it's like, it's so clear, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, this makes sense. It's like, if anything, like this fits my personality great, because for a long time, I guess you could say I had like a bit of the foundation, but I had no, the pieces were not connected. Then once I found you guys, the pieces like connected so like easily, so effortlessly. And I was like, wow. I tell my friends about it. They cannot comprehend it whatsoever, which, I mean, basically rejecting the RP.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
that's the number one complaint I get from guys too. It's like, once they understand and they become red pill aware, and it's sort of and they see a positive change in their life as a result of that, the first thing they want to do is become an evangelist. Yeah, a red pill evangelist.
Yeah.
They want to tell their friends, and their friends are not ready to hear it, because they have to go through that process that you did, which is unlearning it. They're uncomfortable with that. So it depends on their personality.
Exactly.
All right, man. Hey, great question, bro. We're gonna move on to the next person.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for calling into the show, my man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you guys very much.
Good on
Love
you.
guys.
All right, bro.
You have a great one. All right.
Thank you for calling in. All right. Who's up next, Chris?
Yeah, 5922.
5922. Welcome to the FreshandFit
caller.
Podcast with Rollo Tomassi.
Let's get it.
Oh shit! What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Nothing much. I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my situation. I'm currently 18. I'm working a security job. I'm making like around $30,000 a year.
Okay.
I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend for the last 2.5 years, and I'm happy in it. I'm just wondering, what steps do you think I could take to become a successful man?
Woof. How old are you?
18.
18.
18.
How long you been with the girl?
2.5 years.
So since you were in high school, 16 years old.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you, well, if you haven't read book 1, please do. But book 2 is actually kind of for you, because there's I break down what you can expect from women at various phases of maturity. And one specific phase I focus in on is what I call the break phase. And it's right when guys are at 18 years old, 17, 18, 19, because what happens is there's often what I call a break, right? If you have a high school sweetheart at 16 years old or whatever, and you're in high school, and you will, like most guys will tend to make their life decisions based on trying to facilitate that relationship. Now, maybe that's not your case in particular.
No, it's still very common. I know a bunch
Still
of guys.
very common.
Like,
Yeah,
they would go to school because of her, closer to her.
I'm going to change my major. I'm going to move to this place because I don't want to lose her, and I don't want to have. She's the best thing going for me. And suddenly, instead of wanting to be a doctor, I'm going to be an attorney because that school's better for it, and she wants to go there. Or else you'll try to do the long distance relationship kind of thing while she's in college and you're probably not in college, or you're at another college. Ever. Yeah, worst move ever. And I try to break it down at that time that guys need to be a little bit more loose with their expectations of women, because what will happen is women will go off to college, which, we know have a higher enrollment than men do right now. Yeah. They'll go and they'll try to make it work, through a long distance thing. And then she's there with the college parties. She's there, dealing with guys that she never dealt with before. And suddenly you find yourself on a really bad end of a breakup as a result of that. And maybe you made some life decisions as a result of trying to facilitate that relationship. Now, that might not be you, but I would say this is that the advice still sticks. Even if you're still in that relationship with her, beware of making life decisions that are going to have a lifelong impact based on what you think at 18 years old is the best way to I'm going to make my decisions based on facilitating that relationship. So, I like I said, I don't know the particulars of your where you're at right now, but how do you go about becoming a high value guy at 18 years old? Well, I mean, stay on your game and, play to your own strengths. I mean, we pretty much everything that we've said about, finding a direction and finding a purpose and sticking at it and aim in one direction and keep going at it. But then, oh
no, go ahead, Rollo.
Oh, I was going to say, but then, find out what your strengths are. But again, I think the most important thing is beware of making lifelong decisions at your age, and following through with those, because they're going to have lifelong impact.
Cool.
Bam.
All right, I'll read the super chats real quick.
Sure.
Yo,
Bye,
great
caller.
question, bro. Great question. Just understand that, as a younger guy,
Sure.
you still got your whole life ahead of you, man. So it's a tough situation, my friend, because she's at her prime.
Yeah.
You're not at your prime yet. And like, is she gonna go off to college?
Well, the great thing is I'm actually at a local community college, and she's at a college that's like 15 minutes away. So she still lives at home.
Okay, cool. All right, that's good. That's one positive. I mean, hey, man, listen, man, can it be done where, you marry your high school sweetheart and you guys live happily ever after? For sure. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. There's a lot of things that are not in your favor that are in her favor. So, because you got to remember that if she's young and she's attractive, she has an advantage in the sexual marketplace that, quite frankly, you can't necessarily compete with. If she has Instagram, if she's on, God forbid she's on dating sites or anything else like that, unbeknown to you. So just be aware of this, man. Like, I'm not necessarily saying like you need to check her phone and be like, this crazy stalker type guy, but don't be stupid. Like, watch what's going on. Be aware of what's going on. Watch her closely. Make sure that she's not doing no fuck shit. And
look at the bigger picture too. Look
Yeah.
at because you're 18 right now. What's it going to look like when you're 28? Because as I said, in preventive medicine, there's the hoe phase, right?
Yeah.
18 to 28 years old. And all women go through it to some degree. Some more
she's
than
18 as
others.
well, bro?
But
Is she 18 too?
Yeah. Yeah, how old
yes,
is
sir.
the girlfriend?
She's 18, yeah.
18, yeah. So
Yeah.
so she's, and what happens is when you lock down a girl early, and this is statistically proven, is like when couples get married at like 19, they tend to have a very high incidence of divorce because that girl, especially in the
It's the
social
woman.
media
Yeah,
age,
man.
is making up for missing out by the time she gets to be about 28 or 30. So guys will say, well, don't you think this girl went through her epiphany, or she didn't have an epiphany phase? She got married at 19. No, she did. But you're feeling the brunt of it because you're now getting divorced at 29 because she thinks she can do better than you. And she regrets getting into that relationship with you in the first place. So it's usually making up for missing out. And she's living vicariously through her sisters and her girlfriends. And she's playing house with you at the same time. And she goes, why am I with this broke ass guy? And I'm 32 years old. My bet on this guy hasn't paid off. And now I want to get back into the sexual marketplace.
Yeah.
And now that's a lifelong decision that you made at 18 because you thought you knew, it seemed like a good idea at the time. And now not only is your life affected, her life is affected. Any kids' lives that you've had are affected. Your family's lives are affected as well because you didn't wait a little bit to see who she's going to turn out to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this, man. At your age, bro, a lot of these relationships don't work out, and you got to plan for the backup because at this point, bro, if it doesn't work out, guess what? You're back to square one. So I'll say, make sure you put yourself first. Obviously, don't treat her badly at all. Treat her good, but understand, hey, like Rollo said, you've got life choice to make by moving to a different state for her. Put yourself first, brother. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and the
You'll be
last
hitting
thing I'll
your
say-
stride in your mid 30s.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll say, bro, is like whatever you do, don't deviate your life for her. I know that sounds extremely selfish and poor, but don't do that because women are not built to lead. And as soon as you put yourself in a position where you're following her direction and you're moving for her, she automatically, inadvertently, whether you want to accept it or not, takes leadership to some degree. No, women never want to be in that position, right? And then number two, watch her closely, bro. I know it's gonna sound fucked up or whatever, but she's at her prime. You know what I'm saying? And you best believe her friends and her girlfriends are gonna want her to do all the thotty bullshit that young girls do at her age that are in college, etc. Go to parties, drink, all this extra shit, all these activities that promote, essentially fucking up your relationship that you've worked to cultivate. So just be aware of what's going on. Understand that she's in her prime. She has leverage right now, not necessarily you. You're at your lowest. She's at her highest. And you need to act as such and be on defense so that if something does happen, you're not fucked up, and continue to work on yourself and improve and, keep your value high, and make sure that you know what the hell's going on here and, keep that strong masculine frame, bro. Like this is, you really got to be on your P's and Q's. And here's the thing. If you fuck up, it's okay, bro. You're 18. You still got your whole life ahead of you, but just understand that right now you're on defense. Okay.
Yeah, and then last thing here, real quick, regarding your age as well, you can't serve two masters right now. Either you're gonna chase love or money and a career. And at this point, bro, how you answer this question? If you made the wrong choices now, bro, and this goes for a long
Don't
period
get
of
married.
time, and you have marriage and kids, bro, that would ruin your whole career, bro.
Don't get
So
married.
Be careful, man.
Don't get married.
That is the wisest thing I think I've ever heard come out of your mouth right there, because it's like, think of the opportunities you're going to miss as a result of consolidating and doing, making a permanent decision at that particular age. And women think about this all the time. That's why when they're 18 to 28, they're at the peak of their agency, and they're not going to settle on one guy. They're like, I want to see what I can get while I'm still hot and fun and free, right? Well, same thing should apply to you as a guy, because what happens is once you've made that decision to follow her to another state, or, change your major or take another job as a result of that, what opportunities, and I don't mean just like romantic opportunities, what life opportunities are you cutting yourself out of so you can facilitate that relationship? And young guys don't really think about that, because they're only thinking with their dicks at that point, but they're also, but also they're not looking at, I don't think young people in particular, Lord knows I didn't, they're not looking at they're not seeing the forest for the trees.
Bam. Absolutely. All right, cool. All right, man. You got a lot of game there, my friend. So,
bye, caller.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Great question for all the young guys out there.
We got next up.
Yeah,
Mike Rashid.
Yeah, we got Mike Rashid on the line. Hey, shout out to our boy, Mike Rashid. We got guys, y'all about to see some history right now. We got Mike Rashid on the line with Rollo Tomassi.
You guys are throwing the heavy hitters at me. I got Andrew, I got Tristan, I got Owen, and now I got Mike.
Hey, Mike, we got you on the line.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? We got Mike Rashid on the line, guys. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
What's up, man?
That's the homie right there.
Thank you. How's it going, fellas?
Good.
Chilling, bro. Good to hear your voice, man.
All right, Basil, man. Chilling with Rick Ross and TJ Khaled.
Man.
Now we're here with Rollo Tomassi.
That's what's up. Hey, I want to give y'all flowers. You guys are excellent. Y'all are great at what y'all do. You already know what I think about you. I love the wisdom y'all are imparting on these young dudes. I hope they apply it and don't just use it for entertainment. You feel me?
That's love, bro.
Thank you, Mike.
Just wanted to reach out, say what's up to Rollo.
Yep.
And guys, it's all love between Rollo and Mike, man. It's all love, man.
I know. Well, I want to get on a show with you at some point, Mike, because I think like a lot of the misinterpretations, a lot of things that have been going on. Like I think, when was it? August when you guys were out there? I forget when you guys did.
I think it was
August.
July.
Yeah, maybe it was this summer. Yeah,
it was in the summertime, and I was watching the conversation, the first conversation between you guys.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of guys who follow like someone like Mike, or somebody who's sort of like a big personality online, I think that there is this presumption that that they're red pill, or like red pill is like a big deal right now. And it's not just Mike who's like this, like Tim Pool's getting into this as well. And was it Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder's, he's getting on all these topics.
They're acknowledging a lot of RP
and they're starting to at least toy with the idea that maybe issues of masculinity and things like that are something that we ought to be talking about. Something I've been saying that we should be doing for like 10 or 12 years now. And then so when you guys are talking with Mike on his show, I know what you're saying, because a lot of the stuff that you say on this show and when you're on other guys' shows, like straight out of my book, it's just you're paraphrasing it. And of course, I don't have a problem with that. I think the red pill is open source. And so when guys say, well, what do you think about Mike? What do you think about Tim? What do you think about Steven Crowder? And I'm like, well, that I see why they think that it's very popular and they want to have these conversations. And to Mike's credit, at least you guys were on there and you were having that back and forth. And there was
a lot of people be scared to have that conversation with us, and Mike is a real one,
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to give you props too, Mike, because I think just like having the conversation is the most important part.
Here's my position on it though. I did take some issue with some of the things you said in the video you did about me. And I'll tell you why. Excuse me. You gave like a 20-minute like intro to the show, and the breakdown kind of seemed like it was softening up your people to not really respect me or to not take me that serious. And I was just sitting there confused, like, why did you say these things? Especially when you gave the breakdown of Joe Rogan. Okay, he made the $100 million deal with Spotify, but where's his character? I'm like, why would he say that? Does he know Joe personally? But that was being used as an analogy for me. Like, okay, you see these guys are successful, but what have they done? They might have money, yada, 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 but what have they done? You know what I mean? So I was like, that was weird because I've done and do a lot, like actual businesses.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I took issue with that. And also, just to preface it, I never intended to like debate Fresh and Myron or anything like that about red pill or whatever, because to be 100% honest, I never heard the term red pill, so I started reading comments after the first time I was on that show. Even going on there, I didn't know that the guys was, you know, pretty much waving the flag for red pill.
Mhm.
I never heard the shit at all except for the Matrix. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
my YouTube guy, excuse me, he told me that these guys, you know, fitness and finance, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, I fuck with that. I like that. Then I skimmed through some of the videos because I had not seen the content prior to my guy telling me about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, cause I live in my little bubble sometimes when it comes to content, and I watch a lot of, like, you know, when you watch certain things on YouTube, that's all that kind of shows up. And the stuff that I watch is like science-based, you know, nerdy shit that I'm really into.
Mhm.
So I had not seen the guy's content. So I never went on there with a position against red pill or anything like that. Now, I did get very defensive with a lot of things that people were saying about me, because it wasn't just you, it was a lot of people making videos about me. And it was like, come on, God, like, none of y'all really know me like that. You know what I mean? To be saying these things, but it's all good because nothing salacious or it wasn't crazy like what anybody was saying. However, I've had instances when people were trying to like really like fuck with my career, throw me under the bus or whatever on YouTube, but I'm still here and they're not. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff. But I think you're a very intelligent guy, charismatic, all of that. I see why people really fuck with you. But I would have liked for maybe you to had asked them guys about me, or maybe reached out to me to maybe get some of my perspective on whatever questions that you had, because I felt like the way that you presented me to your audience was in a way to like kind of discredit me before getting into the conversation.
How about this? I'll say this, man. We could bring y'all together and you guys could have a
Exactly.
peaceful discussion.
I would love to do that, but
you know what I'm saying?
Let me can I
go ahead.
let me address the whole thing about Joe Rogan, because that wasn't a cut on you, Mike. That was actually a cut on the guys who put a lot of gravity on someone like Joe Rogan. The reason why I said that is because Joe Rogan came up on YouTube and became the #1 podcast on YouTube, and then of course he sold out to Spotify for $100 million. So the point I was making about that is that the guy it doesn't matter necessarily what Joe Rogan was saying, because whether you agree with him or you disagree with him, the final thing is he's got $100 million, right? So he won the game.
Yeah.
And I've had this conversation with John from Modern Life Dating too. It's like, respect the hustle, right?
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with that. But it's like, at what point is it like, at what point is it about the money that justifies anything? Like, I think a lot of people have said that, like, Joe Rogan, since he has joined Spotify, he's been the target of a lot of campaigns from like a lot of woke people, a lot of the wokies at Spotify who want to delete some of his videos. They want to delete his, especially the ones with Jordan Peterson.
Yep.
The ones that they don't
Alex
necessarily
Jones,
agree with.
They made him like fact check all this bullshit.
Right.
When
So you don't see Joe Rogan fighting that, because $100 million that I won. And that's all that really makes any difference. And the only reason I was bringing him up is that at least, and this isn't against Mike, it's against this idea that if a guy has more money than God, that no matter, like Jeff Bezos, you could say the same thing about Jeff Bezos, right? I have done show after show about Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos and his girlfriend after divorcing Mackenzie and everything. And the #1 thing that I get from these guys is, it doesn't matter, he's the richest man in the world. So does that mean that everything that he says is right? Or is it he won the game because he's the richest guy in the world? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to somebody like Jeff Bezos' mentality is still very blue pill. How do we know that? Well, he's got more money than God. He could be living like Dan Bilzerian if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He wants to get with a Lauren Sanchez, a dirty Sanchez, and that's where he's at. That's what he wants to get with. And I just brought this up recently when I was talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio amogging on Jeff Bezos with Lauren there, and it was funny and it made for a really good show. But again, I was still getting those comments even at that point where they're saying, well, it doesn't matter because Jeff can go get 10 more girls just like Jeff Bezos if he wants to. But I said, yeah, but his mentality is such that it's not all that money is not changing his mind. It's just that that's just the way he is. As I was saying before, when that guy was saying, how do I, what's the most hardest thing to learn when you're sort of unplugging? It's changing your mind about yourself or being open to ideas that are maybe conflict with what your sort of ego investments are. So when you come into information that challenges those ego investments, then it's sort of a hit on you. It's an attack on you. So like, I'm not attacking Mike. I'm just saying like, here's the red pill. Here's the stats. Here's the numbers. Here's what's going on. We talk about this all the time whenever you guys are on here with the girls or anyone else for that matter. And we just break down the stats people have a really tough time with this because it's challenging things that they grew up with. And I'm sure, Mike has made a lot out of himself. I would love to work out with you, Mike. Please, let's work out. I mean, you're definitely on top of your game when it comes to success and all that stuff, and you're right there. But when we say, hey, 42% of births are out of wedlock right now, and we have that conversation, well, maybe something along the way of that conversation challenges one of your old school beliefs. And that's kind of hard to deal with when you've got a lot of money that says, well, it doesn't matter because I got all this money, so I must be doing something right. So you give, and this is not Mike's case, but you give a lot of money.
I believe Mike was has something to say.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I want to tap in before you go too far, but there's nothing that I've ever heard statistic wise or foundation wise that the red pill preaches or teaches that was foreign to my beliefs, right? So that's not the issue. There was nothing about the tenets of red pill that offended me at all, ever. Like I get it, you know what I mean? I think I embody everything that is prescribed for guys to live by, but it was kind of put out there like me, I think you literally said you can't listen to Mike because he's always had the looks, the money, yada, yada, yada. And here's the thing. Let's say looks, right? That's subjective. And I don't think it's as important for men, right? Now, we can change that we talked about it on the show the other day, like the more money you got, the better you look, for one. But also, we can work out. You know what I mean? That will change how you look, how people perceive you when you walk to a building. And this is just something that I've been doing. Like I was a skinny kid with big teeth and big eyes and big feet. You know what I'm saying? I was an ugly duckling. I had to grow into who I am. And it took a lot of self-work, right? And it took a lot of me denying myself of the temporary pleasures of women, of hanging out, sacrificing fun to work. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been that way, even to this day. Like if I party now, I better dance to make sure that I'm up super early in the morning in the gym. You know what I mean? That's just, I have my priorities aligned. Excuse me, getting over a cold. But yeah, so it was put out there in your videos, particularly that I don't get it. I don't understand the struggles of a normal guy or average guy. That couldn't be further from the truth because I've been not just average, I've been below average. You know what I mean? So I know what it feels like what guys are going through. And I'm like, why would someone derail these guys from listening to me on advice on how to come up when I've been where they're at? I've probably been in worse spots than where they're at. You know what I'm saying? So I know what that struggle is like, and I know what that sacrifice is like. I think the only difference that I have with a lot of the teachings is I won't tell guys, I won't give guys like tips on how to get the girls. I'll tell the guys like, stop fucking chasing the girls and get your money together, get your life together. And then everything is so much easier. I think that's the only difference. But outside of that, I just felt like the representation of me wasn't fair because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, excuse me.
We'll make
That
the
was the
introduction,
only thing I
man,
really
and
took
we'll
issue with.
we'll bring you guys together, and you guys could definitely, I think this would be a great discussion in person for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think there's
Yeah,
a little
for
bit
sure.
of misinterpretation on both sides.
I think
here.
we're talking past each other,
Yeah.
honestly, is
Yeah.
because like at the beginning of all my shows, whether it's with Michaela Peterson or whoever, like if I ever do a breakdown video, I always make this caveat. I said, this is not about the person. It's about it's an illustration of a point or a principle. Now, when I had Justin Waller on my show not too long ago, Justin was a fat kid. He was a tall guy, and he even showed the pictures and everything of how his come up, because I knew what was going to happen. I think Mike is sort of misinterpreting things here, because a lot of the guys who follow like my work, or a lot of like sort of the black pill MGTOW doomer guys want to say, well, of course, look at you. You were born, you won the genetic lottery. Of course you were born on, you're born on third, and you think you hit a triple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole,
That's what they'll say.
that's their mentality.
haters.
And I was matter of fact, I constantly try to say, it's not just about looks. It's not just about money. It's a combination of all that. And yes, are looks important? Absolutely. Is money important? Yes. Is mindset important? Yes, absolutely it is. But I think that when I say what I think I was pre-expecting like what was going to be thrown at me, like, oh, well, he's 6'4", he's muscle bound, and he's got good style and everything else. So of course he's going to be considered an alpha by you guys, and the women are going to love him. He's the top 20%. It's what they don't see is the hard work that goes into that.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much obvious with Justin and with Mike as well. So I think if anything, I was trying to preempt that that what they were going to throw at me at that stage too. So
and I'll say this, we'll definitely bring y'all together, because I think it would be a very interesting discussion, because Mike has obviously worked really hard to get to where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
He lives a polygamy lifestyle, bringing 2 chicks in the studio and all that other stuff, which is lit. And obviously, Rollo, you have a huge body of work that
sure, I would love to do that. In fact, ever since you guys went there the second time, I was like, we got to
we'll make it happen.
Have a good show.
We'll definitely make it happen, because I know there's a lot to peel here, and I know there's a bunch of guys that want to ask us questions.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, I'm gonna hit you on the side. Let's definitely set something up, man. You're always welcome to Miami anyway, regardless.
Always, man.
You just show up, and
Yes, sir.
you're
and I know you're down in
guys
LA
are
too,
always
so
welcome
I mean, I'm not too far from there.
Yeah. And shout out to Mike
Yeah,
Rashid,
for
man.
sure.
He a real one.
For
Go ahead,
sure.
Mike. You got some?
No, I said you guys and Rollo, you as well. Y'all are always welcome to my show as well. So let's do it.
Okay.
I'll come there. You guys come here, whatever.
We're gonna be out in Cali again, probably sometime in the near future, early 2022, right?
February?
Yeah. Well, remember Aiden? Okay, never mind. Oh yeah. We'll be in Cali. Yeah.
Well, no, but we are going to be out in Cali, because we got to look for the second studio.
We need a second.
Yeah,
studio,
so we got to we got to go back
West
to LA
Coast.
regardless. In early
West Side!
2022.
West Coast Avengers.
So,
Let's get it.
but no, man, as
Let's
you know,
do it.
we're gonna definitely make it happen. But yeah, man, yo,
For sure.
Mike, as always, bro, you're welcome to come on the show
Shout-
anytime,
shout
man.
to you,
We
Mike.
like you,
Thank
bro.
you, guys.
Thank you, big bro, right there. Cool. Let's
Shut up, Mike.
freshman. It's like, oh shit. Shout out to Mike. Okay,
Chats.
who was next? Oh, super chats.
Yep.
Okay, was there anyone else on the line waiting?
Yeah, but I mean, we have
Okay, okay, cool.
definitely.
All right.
And all right, cool. So and shout out to Mike Rashid, guys. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel, follow him on Instagram. That's the homie right there. All right, $5 for Papa Gold. Just want to say I have a clothing line come out next year. Happy about it. I would like to send you guys my first line. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jay Martin.
Jay Martin. Women don't debate, they emote. Keep it up, fellas. Great work. Thank you. $5 from Step in the Name of Love. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Socrates. Facts. Fitness Fridays. Robert Hernandez. What does it mean when a girl says no hookup on Tinder? It means definitely wants to hook up on Tinder.
Yep.
Yo,
She don't wanna
corporate
seem-
five
Why
bucks.
are you on
like a hoe.
Tinder?
Yeah.
Best way to respond to have you ever cheated before? Vid, text, or person
Why
call.
text a person?
Yeah, do it. As the guy or as the girl? As the guy, doing I mean, it's always better in person.
Person better, bro.
As the girl, though, you might want to bring some backup. Titan Blue, keep getting targeted by one of the mods. Should I end viewership? It kind of needs to stop.
I told you in the chat already, nigga. If you're trolling, talking shit, the mods will ban your ass.
Bro,
So
this is a healthy
know.
What
environment
was
here.
he saying, bro?
I don't
Nah,
know, but
no,
mods
bro.
will mods.
This is a healthy environment. I've been seeing the chat, man. y'all talk shit. They're gonna
Yeah,
ban,
I
they
mean,
gonna ban your ass.
I warn
bro,
you guys.
so that's
So
what it is, man.
mods will be mods.
I'll say this, mods, take it a little easy today. Let's keep it open for a little bit of discourse. If people want to criticize a little bit, that's cool. Just as long as they keep it tasteful, mods. Please, let's if people want to criticize, it's fine. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? It just be respectful about it, okay, guys? We got $5 from Donovan Gums. Random. Have you all ever thought of having Mr. Organic Andrew Tate on the same show? They'll defeat any panel.
Actually, come on, say nothing. Never mind.
All right, El Baracho. What do you guys think of Rouge V?
I think it's cool.
I'll tell you. I'll go.
When he was saying he was great, he was one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
I'm a supporter of Rouge V's work. I actually have his last book that he wrote, The Game. I think it was in 2018. I think he was a pioneer in this stuff as far as like taking the media criticism for it. You know what I'm saying? Because he like put it out there and he put his face out there and everything. He's banned from a bunch of countries. And he honestly took a lot of the brunt of, how do I say this? Hate that the RP community takes now early on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think the space wouldn't be where it's at without Roosh. We'd love to have him on the show. I know that he's, changed and he's become religious now, and I respect that. But I mean, I'm definitely a supporter of his work. I mean,
and then also his studies of foreign women, like expanding our marketplace. So like that was important because guess what? If you wanted to go outside of the U.S., now okay, cool. If I go to this spot or this country like Colombia, I know what to expect.
He was the first guy to like really go out to Colombia, to Ukraine, to all these countries that all these expatriates go to now, and formally document it and let guys know this country is good. This country sucks, etc.
There's a better way.
You know what I'm saying? And he took a lot of hit for that because he was giving out a lot of game for y'all and different. And he's banned from a lot of countries and he suffered a lot for it, man. I've seen hecklers like attack him, feminists like physically assault him and stuff. So, you guys could say what you want to say about Rouge V, but I respect him and we would not be where we are in the space.
He's one of the 3 R's of the manosphere.
Facts.
There you go.
Rollo, Royce, and Rouge.
Yeah. Boom. No, absolutely, man. So we got I mean, I got to give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah McCrimmon, I figured it out. My last 4 digits of my number, 3341.
I remember, bro. Borna
Jerkovic. Would you recommend exposing family members to red pill after they have been married and blue pill for 20 plus years? Do you think it could ruin the family? Rollo, take this one away.
Oh man, I got into it. What video was I watching? Oh, I know what it was. It was Stardust just did a video and I commented on it, and he was trying to make the case that there are just certain guys who shouldn't know red pill stuff. Like they should just stay blue pill. It comes down to that timeless question of would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And when you're looking at somebody who's been blue pilled and married for 20 plus years, I think there's a segment or an episode or a scene in the Matrix where Morpheus apologizes to Neo and says, "I'm sorry. After a certain age, we really don't unplug minds from the Matrix because the mind can't handle letting go of their old ways." Right? Remember what I was saying? You have to unlearn what you've learned. That's actually part of it. And once you have, you realize that you are the product of your life is the product of the decisions that you made based on like the blue pill information you had. That's really tough for a lot of guys to sort of swallow. And so I think Stardust was trying to make the case that like there's a lot of guys who should just be ignorant. They should just be blue pill, and they're happier that it's choosing ignorance or bliss, right? It's would you rather be happy? Would you rather be right? And my feeling on that is that that it's going to happen anyways. And whether you take away the red pill, you take away all of this show, you take away the manosphere, guys are still waking up no matter what because they have access to information in such a scale that they've never had before. They're seeing they're red pill. They just need people to articulate it for them and sort of explain to them why they think certain things, or why am I observing this behavior with this thought over here, right? Or the thought mommies in the club, or like the girls here are great examples of things that they see either online, in their own lives, on social media, on YouTube, on the TV and popular culture, whatever it is. As odd as this will sound, I am not the main distributor of red pills in this world. It is simply the internet and the access that guys have to that information. So to say that, the red pill shouldn't be widely disseminated because guys aren't ready for it and their mentality is such that they might get like them radicalized or suicidal or homicidal or whatever else. And to say that I would say that it would be better to have somebody there to articulate those things and interpret those things and say, here's, don't get all doom and gloom. Anybody knows me. I'm not black pill. I'm red pill. And I will say, here you can live a better life in a red pill paradigm with accurate information, but you have to have the creativity and the wherewithal and the put in the work to build a better life for yourself in a red pill paradigm and cut yourself away from that blue pill paradigm you're going to be cut away from anyways, whether it's by me or you or anyone else in the sphere, or just simply just being online or some crazy, whatever. Exactly. So when we look at the Lost Boys generation right now, and they are this, we ostensibly are this blue pill generation, but they're red pill enough or black pill generation, like, oh, it's all gloom and doom. Let's all just, put a noose around our neck. That's definitely not my message, but I understand why guys aren't ready for it, but it's better to have people there to be a guide than it is for them to just sort of try to figure things out on their own and then get despondent and nihilistic about it. And in some cases suicidal.
Right.
All right. Next one. Let's see here. And don't worry, guys. We're gonna go right back to the phone lines. We got y'all. Would you recommend? No, read that one already. Okay, $20 a B1 sign. And guys, do me a quick favor, bro. I'm looking right now. There's over 3,000 of you guys. I hate having my phone on the table, but I got to look at the likes, guys. Please like the video,
man.
Get us to 3,000 likes, please, guys, because 3K likes is going to help us with the engagement, which means someone else will find this video, which means all these great questions that you guys are asking right now are going to be shown to other people that can learn from said questions.
Look, you want to help people find the RP space? Don't tell them. Show them,
and also, you guys will be able to see two mature men speak and have a conversation together like we just witnessed just now.
Yeah.
No berating, no insulting, no talking shit, no whatever. Two adults having a conversation. That's how men communicate with each other, guys. Okay. Yo, Myron, since you can't see, ever thought about LASIK? I got it done last year. And bro, not having to fool around with glasses is amazing. Yeah, I will do it eventually. It's just that.
Dude, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Yeah. I'm not a candidate for LASIK. No.
Oh, you're not?
I have astigmatism.
Okay, we got his number 1595. Cool. Get you on the line.
Jimmy Martinez.
Jaime Martinez, showing love. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Angel G, I just want y'all to know I'm super grateful for this info, and I want you to feel proud about who and what you are. Damn, bro.
That's love, bro.
Thank you, man. Okay, I appreciate that, bro. Because we got a lot of hate, man. So getting messages like that is awesome, bro. Like
we get hella hate.
Yeah, we get hella hate, and it's crazy too because
hey, man,
we get so much hate, and we don't even talk shit about other people, bro. Like
That's crazy.
Like we don't do it, but other people just.
I get so much hate that like when somebody goes, dude, you saved my life. I love your stuff. Can you sign my book, please? I'm weirded out by like somebody likes me.
No, Rollo signed my copy, man.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying it's signed right here. So yeah.
With the Lord's work.
Yeah, man. So y'all should have Frank Bounty Tank Frazier on the pod. Okay, $20. Cool. Ian Simmons. Buy Rollo Tomassi book, The Rational Male. It will change your life. Thank you, Anthony X. $20. Ian Simmons. He's a Bounder Hunty on YouTube. Okay, thank you. D Malls 6558. Okay. Young Reaper. Okay.
Australian, $20.
Mike is a natural and he doesn't realize that you can't teach people how to be natural, only the habits that you possess. Love Rollo, FNFK, FNFM, CGA gang. Well, we'll have a discussion about that, bro, and you'll see. Because Mike has worked really hard to get where he's at, guys. Pat Stedsman's Polish passport.
Oh boy. This dude is he's one of my regulars. Okay. He's one of my regulars.
Here we go.
I claim no responsibility.
Okay. All due respect to Mr. Rashid, I remember him literally debating FNF. It's disingenuous for him to say now that he always understood what the RP is about. And that he isn't trying to debate the points after he made a whole vid with the lady YouTuber. I mean, here's the thing, bro. Having a discussion and having different interpretations or viewpoints or whatever it may be, is fine because at the end of the day, we agreed on 99% of the stuff, guys. It was some of the nuances that was disagreed upon, but like Mike agrees with pretty much everything we say. Some little things here and there, but
I mean, look, at the end of the day, bro, like if we're as men being successful doing our thing, we're not gonna agree on everything. You know?
Yeah, you're just not. It's just not.
It's not gonna happen that way,
and it's okay. Man.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know, and it's also I gotta remember it's a process too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are like some of my biggest fans right now, they hated my guts back when it first came across their table, right? I'm like, I can't believe this guy exists. We need to get him off the air. And then like now they're like, dude, I think you're right. They'll go through some other part of their lives and they'll go, well, maybe he was right about this. And it's not like I'm preaching vindication here. I'm just saying that it's a process. And like the guy who was asking about like, how do I unplug my family or whatever else, or you want to turn into this red pill evangelical. And then so you meet this like wall of resistance that you have to remember that maybe that wall of resistance is not going to be so resistant 6 months later, like something happens in their lives, or you face a question where you've already answered that, or you've said something, that's sort of red pill aware, and they go, you know what, maybe they're right about that.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah, man. And guys, like I said, you don't have to agree on everything, but Mike is a real one. I know him in person. He's the type of guy
Good people, man.
High integrity, bro. High integrity, man. Like, he's the type of guy, like, if he rocks with you, he fucking rocks with you. You don't care what nobody says about you. So shout out to Mike Rashid. And we're gonna make that collab happen, guys. It'll be great.
Sure.
No then King.
And just
pain.
What?
The danger.
Go ahead.
454, $5. Did you see Michaela's response to your video that she just put out? No.
Me or who?
I think she means
my
Rollo.
video.
I think she means you.
Yeah.
Did she? I haven't seen it yet. I didn't even know it was live.
Yeah, I didn't even
Sorry, my bad.
Chizza said, hey, shout out to you, Chizza
She
said.
wanted to do a show with me. So.
Respect to Rollo. Love this new book, The Rational Male Religion, and long live Fresh and Fit. Yo, Chizza said, thank you so much, bro.
Shout out to you, bro.
I see you, my man. You grinding. You killing it right now. Go subscribe to this channel, guys. He's another RP content creator in the space. He didn't come with the pitchforks when everyone else thought it was cool to do so. And here we are back, 100,000 plus subs back up. You know what I'm saying? Haters gonna hate. Chizza, thank you so much, bro.
Come to the party, bro. 500K.
Yeah, man.
Turn up with us, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Gang in the building.
So yeah, bro. The cool thing was to do that dumb shit that everybody else did. Let me make a reaction right out of this, and you were real when you didn't. So I
Much
appreciate
love, man.
that,
Blessings,
bro.
bro.
$10, Wild Ducati. The illiterate of the 21st century. Go subscribe to the channel, guys. 21st century will not be those that can not read and write. Those that cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. A Toffler, behavioral economist. Get those likes up, F&F fam. Thank you so much. And then $10 from Anthony X. You saved my life, Rollo.
Bam.
Absolutely. And that's what Rollo Tomassi does. He does save lives. So for all the guys out there that, Rollo's a fraud, the fraud father, I don't care what you guys say. There is nothing like having someone walk up to you, shake your hand, and say, I was going to kill myself, and I decided not to, from reading your book, listening to your podcast, watching your content, etc. So all the bullshit about you're a fraud. Saving lives does not make you a fraud. Okay.
And I want to see your line of work that you put out.
Your body of work.
That's helping people. Unlike Rollo has dedicated his life to helping you guys become better.
For 20 plus years, man.
Yeah, bro. That's a lot.
Smart. I always say it, bro. Stupid people talk about other people. Smart people talk about ideas.
Yep.
Okay, man. So, and like I said, all those guys that make videos on us and Rollo and everything else because they seem to attack all three of us together. Hey, man, get your subs. Do what you got to do. It's fine. We ain't going to insult you. But, and we're not going to name you by name. But the thing is, man, is that we're here to uplift other guys. We're here to provide valuable content. So like the video, guys.
And guess what? We ain't going nowhere, bro.
Facts.
Show me what you built. I tell the guys this all the time. I'm not in the business of making men better men. I'm in the business of men making themselves better men and giving them the tools to build something new. Remember I said you got to recreate yourself in a red pill paradigm. I hopefully can give you the tools and the information and, the education, I guess, make you red pill aware so that you can do that, so you can build something. That's the first thing I tell the guys on my show is show me the work. Show me what you built. Show me what you did with all of this. Oh, you saved my life. Great. Awesome. What did you do? Like where are you at right now? How has this improved your life? I'm always about that, man. I have blog posts where guys are like saying, and I'm not fishing for compliments here, but like it's like I talked about this in an essay I have called The Safety Net, and there's over 1,000 comments there where guys are coming in and saying, you saved my life. My marriage is better now. I finally got laid because I was a virgin until I was like 31 years old, and that's so. I mean, there's all these sort of testimonials, and I was like, and it was overwhelming. And I was like, at first I just did this post just to say, hey, you have a safety net now because you have a better education. You're better informed. You can make an educated decision based on what your red pill awareness is. And comment after comment, there's over 1,000 comments on that one. It was one of my most trafficked posts as a result.
Bam.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, phone calls. Yeah, let's go back to the phone lines. 3,000 plus y'all in here, man. Please like the video, guys.
Sub to the channel and Rollo's channel too.
Yeah, sub to Rollo's channel, the Rational Male and the Rational Male clips. And guys, get the books, man. Like you can get them on Audible, you can get them on Amazon. Yep. Links are below.
All of them are on Audible now.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. They're all on Audible.
Yeah. Religion is on Audible. It's been on for about since the beginning of September.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. 4977.
All right. 4977. Welcome to the FreshandFit Podcast. You there?
Welcome, brother.
Can you hear me all right?
We got you, man.
We got you,
Ask
man.
your question, and because we want to make sure we can get everybody through, bro. So go ahead.
Well, not everybody.
Yeah. No,
I mean, the other people that are waiting, guys. Go ahead.
So yeah, my question is about plate spinning. So essentially, I'll give you a little bit of my background. I'm 6'10", 250 pounds. You know, the girls are all into me. You know, we have a very successful business in our small town, about 50,000 people. So I'm well known around town. So I can get girls and whatnot. But you know, they may stick around for a month or two, and then they're just gone out of my life. So is that just part of the alpha fuck side of hypergamy, or am I doing something wrong? Do I need to work on my game? Like, what y'all think?
So here's the thing you got to understand. So
6'10", man, you're a big boy.
So every woman is going to have a certain level of tolerance for being spun as a plate, because they're going to start to quickly acknowledge when they deal with you that there's potentially other women around, and your mannerisms are going to give it away that you have other women around. And one of the, I guess, negatives about the abundance mindset is that girls are going to be able to smell it and they're going to be aroused by you, but they're also going to understand that you're not going to be able to provide the security that they're necessarily looking for. They're going to put you in the fuck boy / he's a player category and have temporary fun with you. Okay. Because women at the end of the day, like I always say, cannot sport fuck or casually have sex for a long period of time. They can only do it for a duration before they try to find someone to latch onto. And if you're a candidate that does not look like you're going to be able to provide security anytime soon, she's going to either A, go to another guy, or B, try to proposition you for a relationship. Since it's obvious that you're a celebrity or you have status in your town and you're tall and you're a commodity, the girls probably understand that you're just a toy at this point, and they're just going to have sex with you, hook up with you for a month or whatever, and then at some point move on to someone that could provide them that stability and that security. And, you know, honestly, it's not that big a deal unless you want to retain girls more long-term, because then if you want to retain girls more long-term, you're going to have to start showing more boyfriend energy towards her. You're going to have to start doing things with her, activities. And that depends on your schedule and what you actually want in your life if you want to retain girls long-term. But just understand, a part of the player lifestyle is when you're spinning plates, as Rollo says, it's inevitable that one or two of them is going to break during the process of spinning multiple.
See, this is part of the process, man. And you got to understand, when you sign up for this lifestyle, this is what comes with it. And more often than not, a lot of guys say, you know what, damn, eventually I want to settle down with a girl, but I don't know how to. And the problem is, if you're spinning plates, she already knows her time is coming up. So this is why a lot of celebrities still have like a bunch of girls lined up. And then all of a sudden they fall off because one dude is taking them seriously, wants to take them away from that, you know, that lifestyle. So just know that you being in this rotation, having these girls, you're going to lose some no matter what. But to keep it,
you'll lose a plate to a simp a lot of the times, guys.
Keep sourcing though. Keep sourcing.
Real talk.
That's it, basically.
Well, you have to ask yourself, because you're in a, I don't know, you sound like you're a Southern gentleman. It kind of depends on your environment and your the context of what we're talking about here. It's like it's a whole different animal here out in Miami versus Las Vegas versus wherever you are. So remember that plate spinning is just a euphemism for dating non-exclusively. All right. So what you're getting out of that, or what you remember what the reasons are for plate spinning in the first place. It's so that you can understand the nature of women. So you have experienced a lot of women. Like, a lot of people think that plate spinning just means like banging anything on two legs. That's not what plate spinning is. In fact, you don't necessarily, and I make this point in the first book, you don't necessarily have to be having sex with all of your plates. They just have to be like potentials, right? I mean, it's like you're still like, you know, I will get with her if it works out, kind of thing. And so your rotation doesn't have to be, you know, this rotating orgy. I'm just saying it has to be like you're dating, ideally, but you're dating you're dating like an adult is what you're doing. You're not a serial monogamist. And that's another reason why you spin plates or you date non-exclusively, because
women do.
Well, yeah, it helps particularly for guys, because it keeps you out. It keeps you in the abundance mindset, first of all. So you're not one girl isn't like more special than the next one. And you are, until you get to the point where you have understood, you know, what you want from a woman and how these women are like. And you know, some of them are for sport fucking and some of them are for maybe more than that. Just depends on what it is. But Sometimes they're going to fall off. Sometimes you're going to get the talk. Where is this going?
What are we?
Can we be official now? That you're going to get that talk.
That's messed up, bro.
So that's what you tell her when she says that.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. So, but you have to remember, and this is another hard lesson for guys who become sort of game aware, red pill aware, is that you have to remember the real reason for being non-exclusive. It's for your benefit. It's not to punish girls. It's not to have some sort of be a player. I think people mistake non-exclusivity with being a player, because guys are supposed to only stick with one girl and that's the way it ought to be. And, we're going to focus on monogamy and family and a marriage and everything else. And it's like, well, how about this? How about you do the same thing that women are doing, which is selecting from a broader pool and deciding which of the best of those women that you want to get with, because most guys think that they're lucky to get that one girl. Very true. And it's fate decided it. And so in fact, we call it getting lucky, right? So when guys get into that mentality, that's when you get one-itis. That's when you get the soulmate myth. That's when you get a scarcity mentality. Stupid. And that's what it's meant to build. So you need to ask yourself, caller, why am I doing this? What do I want to do this for? And generally, at least according to my book, is so that you understand women's nature. You have that experience, so you have a better education as to what you want and what you will deal with and what you won't. I keep telling guys, don't become monogamous until you are at least 30, and never consider marriage unless it's the last resort. It's the most obvious thing in the world for you to do, and then realize all the risks that are involved in marriage, and then decide whether that's a risk you want to take or you don't.
All right, man.
There you go, man.
Great question, man. We're gonna move on to the next caller. Thank you so much for calling.
I love plate theory questions. Thank you,
brother. Keep chatting it down there in the south, my friend.
Yes.
Who's next?
All right, 3341.
3341.
What's up, caller?
Oh, what's up? How you doing, Myron? How you doing, Fresh?
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
What's your question?
Hey, yeah, my bad. Before I ask my question, I just want to give you guys thanks, man. I've been on you guys since May when you guys were 168 subs. You guys really changed my life for the better. I moved out to Jersey for a girl, and I learned the hard way. And my twin was the one that put me on your guys' content, so I really fucks with you guys for that. And that's why I watch you guys religiously every day.
All right.
But my question to you guys is, so I'm moving to Dallas, Texas. I'm out with a friend to start a company and stuff. And I was just trying to, because I want to focus on self-improvement, like you guys talk about, build yourself. I'm 23 years old. I have a whole life ahead of me, right? So my question to you guys is, how do I incorporate girls in the mix when I'm out there in Texas? Because honestly, for the first 6 months, I honestly don't even want to deal with girls. I just want to focus on my grind. That's all I want to do.
Then do that.
So I'm just wondering, how. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Just focus on that. Don't even focus on girls, pretty much.
Well, okay. I will, because you're 23 years old and you already know the answer to your question. Yeah. You're like, I'm going to do this anyway. So I want permission.
And caller, make sure you like the goddamn video before he answers this. Yeah. And everyone else, please like the goddamn video. We're only 1.7K likes. We need 2,500 at least. Go ahead, Rollo.
You already know the answer to that. If that's where your head is at, then definitely. If you think that that's what you need to, that's the most necessary thing for you to do, then absolutely do that. I think one of the things that a lot of guys sort of get tunnel vision about is, chase excellence, to the exclusion of everything else. I think that once you get past that grind point, once you get past that 6 months, then you'll notice that, women start to come around you, or maybe you're starting to make social connections at that point. Cause you said you're relocating to Texas, right? Yeah. So remember this though, there's nothing wrong with it's almost like monk mode in a sense. It's like you're, instead of monk mode, it's like grind mode, right? And all I'm going to do is grind for a little while, but remember that should be a temporary state. And you should also, consider going out there. And I'm not saying chase women. I'm just saying be open to the idea of dating women, spinning plates, as we were just saying a little while ago, because what happens is if all you're ever doing is just focusing on one thing and focusing on, you focus on yourself. That's always this ambiguous, solution to every problem. But what happens is then you focus on just what it is that you're doing to the exclusion of everything else. And it, as Robert Greene has said in 48 Laws of Power, isolation is dangerous. And so if you don't have those outside experiences, if you're not spinning plates, if you're not dealing with women, then you will get blindsided by women when you are at the top of your game. and you become a perfect target for her because you don't know anything better, because you never had the experience, or you never understood the environment or the game that you are in with when it comes to women. So just because you have a lot of money and just because you have focused on your success for a very long time does not necessarily mean that you're like really good with women by default, because you can attract women. Sure, rich guys attract women all the time. But as I pointed out, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, they still make very blue pill decisions with their lives, even though they happen to be some of the richest men in the world. So
yeah, I'll just say just after that as well, definitely going up more in terms of like focusing on yourself first and building up your career, your business. But when you finish working for the whole day and you're finished, then if you want to, your free time or spare time, go have fun, but not before you finish your work for that day or for that week. That's what I said.
All right, man.
Okay.
We'll hit the next caller. Great question, caller.
Good.
Appreciate that.
All right, man.
Who's up next?
1 second. 5.
Did we get all the super chats
1 second.
with the numbers?
Yeah. 1595.
1595.
What's up, caller?
Hey, what up, y'all?
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, I just calling to introduce myself because I found y'all, I stumbled across y'all maybe a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And I really like the content. And I mean, like I chatted before, I was already kind of RP aware, and you guys just pretty much solidify it. So I kind of watch you guys for entertainment and just, for shit like that. So
okay.
I just wanted to introduce myself because I try to donate when I can.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
By the way, no problem. By the way, the name is Big Nate. I know you say B1G and all that shit.
Oh, with the numbers.
Okay, Big Nate. Okay,
Bruh.
got you.
Now
That'd be confusing, man.
There you go. Yeah. So I just figured I'd just let y'all know, but it's all good. Keep doing what y'all doing. I support when I can. So I just wanted to shout that out.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you so much for the support, my man. We appreciate it
Thanks for
greatly.
calling.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
and
caller.
Thank you for
last
calling
one-
into the show.
Our last one?
for our chats.
For the chats, okay.
6558.
All right, 6558. And then we'll take some normal calls as well. Go ahead, man.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
What's up, bro?
What's up, caller?
Okay, just make sure you hear me. I called in a few weeks ago and I was trying to talk about how much girls have way too much extra time, and you guys kind of your answer was girls should just take care of the kids. That's just what they should do with their time.
Huh?
And
you called in this show and we said that.
yeah, it was a few weeks ago. And I don't think that's enough time for girls to keep girls occupied. Because as proof, if you look at how the 18th Amendment came before the 19th Amendment, it was the abolition of alcohol, and that was the first wave of the feminist movement. They were able to ban alcohol through a constitutional amendment, and that's what housewives did on their free time.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is, the first two waves of feminism were really the source of that was women just having a lot of free time on their hands and just looking for something.
So idle hands are the devil's playground.
Yeah.
What's the point, caller? What's the point, caller? Caller, just get to the point, please.
Yeah,
Go for it. Lay it on me.
I'm
Go.
trying to get to the point. So the point is, moving forward, I think we need to develop strategies on how to give girls time to occupy, because I've noticed they don't know how to occupy their own time.
Okay.
And no matter, even if we are able to figure things out on our own as men, that's always going to be an issue that it's going to plague us, because that's even today, a lot of the thottery that's going on is because girls have too much time on their hands.
Bro, so you're gonna
Hold on. So guys,
we should have
right now. We need the bitches to have less goddamn time.
They need a hobby.
Yo, mind control.
Basket weaving.
Every hoe get to work.
So the problem with that is they need a hobby, but the hobbies that they choose is OnlyFans. But they're making money. It's a great hobby.
So no. I see where he's coming with this. He's articulating it a little differently, but I kind of vaguely remember what he was trying to say.
Most girls.
Yes, bro. I get what you're saying. Yes, if you take an attractive woman and you ask her, what are your hobbies? More than likely, she's going to tell you, I go to the beach and I like to party and I like to hang out with friends and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I see what you mean by that. That like A lot of attractive women don't have hobbies and don't really care about self-development.
That would be
etc.
a good question
But-
when you have the girls in here.
What are your hobbies?
And we might ask these chicks, like, what are your hobbies? But here's a cold-hard reality. You guys ready for the
Warhammer
truth, bro?
40,000.
Here's the truth. Girls don't have hobbies because they don't have to fucking have hobbies, man. That's the goddamn truth because men don't care about a girl's hobby. Men don't care about a woman self-improving because women are born with value. Men must create theirs. So men go and do hobbies. Men end up create tribes. Men make money. Men get in the gym. Men exercise, etc. If a girl does it, excellent, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And she could even do it at a mediocre level and monetize. Look at girls on Twitch. They fucking suck at what they do, but they make a bag. Why? Because it's rare for women to have a hobby and or passion for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of girls, they go with the wind. Hey, my girls like to do this. I like to do it too. I like to go to the beach and I like to go to the movies and I like to hang out with friends. They're more interested in people. You know what I'm saying? Just like we talk about all the time.
But
So
do you think that he's right in a sense that because like I said, the idle hands are the devil's playground, right?
Yeah, I see.
Like, do you think
that's
that
true.
the reason that their thoughts is because they're like, I'm bored.
Facts.
I'll be a thought.
because I can't tell you how
Screw
many
it,
girls
I'll
I
be a
know
stripper.
that are bored and they just post sexy pictures of themselves like wearing nothing.
So
just
should
to get
we?
attention.
So to cure thoughtery, should we like give them something to keep them? Do they need a Rubik's cube or something? Like puzzles or something to keep them busy?
I correct you, right? Because girls' hobby is social media. Come on, guys, it's social media. Y'all know
Yeah, that's their
Someone
hobby.
is gonna clip this
You're
and
not
send it to a
wrong.
feminist, and they're gonna hit us with the fucking.
How dare you?
And it's gonna be crazy. These three misogynists.
But no, I get what he's saying. He's saying, look, as a guy, how do we keep women occupied so they don't be thoughts? Here's the problem. You as a guy can talk to your girl and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me lead you down this path so you're not a thought. But to tell every girl that, bro, come on now. They're not gonna listen to this. Dude, you're not gonna do that, bro.
Why
They're
did you
not.
cheat on me?
No,
I solved the
Can y'all
Rubik's
still hear
cube.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up,
go ahead, bro.
What's up, bro?
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I think this is a discussion we need we in the man space has to have more, especially if you want to secure your relationships. As even a lot of the cheating
Keep
and
her
infidelity
occupied.
comes from girls being bored.
My G,
So,
my G.
part of,
I think you need to go back home. Are you home right now? Think about that question again,
yeah.
and then come back next week. All right? Because
No,
bro, we can't say world. It's not world peace, bro. You can't tell every girl don't be bored. I mean, like you can't, bro.
I mean,
Trust me, the girls
And
on
they-
here ain't
yo,
bored.
every
bro.
Girls cheat because they want to cheat, bro.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
Yo, girls cheat because they want to cheat, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yo, were you
I'll
the
tell you
caller?
what. We'll
No,
talk about it.
No, hold on.
I will use this as a point of discussion. On
Bro,
my
did
show.
you call into the show before and say we need to repeal the 19th? I think.
No, I know. I never said that. No.
Okay, someone called. There was someone that called in and said we need to take women's voting rights,
bro.
No. My
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That shit had me dead, bro. Nigga was like,
oh wait,
yo, these bitches can't vote.
my point is basically, I think this is a discussion we need to have more, and guys to secure their relationships need to help keep their women busy. I'm not talking about all girls, obviously, but to help secure and keep your relationship in check. This is basically pimp game.
Bro, you know what's funny? I actually agree with you because
it was 50 targets.
Yeah. Yo, call her. Real talk, right? If you got a chick, right, and she's home bored, she's gonna find things to do. But if you give her tasks to do, like let's say for example, you got a business, you make her make phone calls for you, you do the paperwork. That's keeping her busy, so she doesn't have idle hands. I get what you're saying. But to tell every girl that, bro, come on now. Every girl's not gonna do that.
I'm not saying tell every girl.
The chat is saying he's not wrong though.
Our girls to keep our girls in check, to secure our relationship.
No,
right.
you could tell your girl that, but not every girl's gonna do that, bro.
All right, caller, before we
Yeah.
another one.
I know. I see where it's going with this. Like you gotta keep your girl preoccupied so she don't do fuckery. I get what you're saying. Like, I mean, it goes for all humans, bro.
Yeah.
You know, my rowing coach always used to tell me, and it burns my brain. Idle hands do the devil's work. Like when you have too much free time, you're just gonna do stupid shit regardless. But I see where he's going with this. That women are more likely to have free time because there isn't really a burden of performance on them to perform. Let's be honest. Like a girl doesn't have to develop herself. If she's attractive, she really doesn't have to
What's
bring
the
anything to the table.
incentive? There's no
You know what I'm saying?
incentive.
There's no
yeah.
incentive, bro. How many times have we brought baddies in here and they're fucking dumb as rocks? You know what I'm saying? Stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That chick that I had to kick out the show that tried to like put me on blast, like, you didn't pay me $10K a month. Like her arguments were stupid. I was like, what are you saying? Like, what?
It was tough, bro.
Dug her own grave, man.
Like, yo, they're just like stupid. But it's fine though, because like attractive women are rarely put in the spot to show off their intellect and you know, in a logical fashion. The Fresh and Fit is one of the few places y'all niggas can see this shit.
Live.
You know what I'm saying? Live in 1080p and see the fuckery. But yeah, man, shout out to the chat, man. You guys are hilarious. The callers, you know, that dude that called in that super chat said take women's rights to vote.
Yo, y'all niggas wild, bro.
Chat was saying, yo, he ain't wrong though.
Listen, I hear that all the time from MGTOWs. Like, we need to repeal the 19th, and I'm like, I'm all for it. How are you gonna do it? Please show me. What's the first step?
We don't hate women, man. We appreciate women. We're gonna stand up for who they are. We wish them the best. Okay.
Someone is gonna clip that last like 7 or 8 minutes and put it like Fresh and Fit are misogynists along with Rollo Tomassi.
Oh, they're radicalizing young men.
They're saying take women's rights away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be fucking. I could already see it.
Yeah,
guilty.
There it is. I knew we were gonna get that in. It's
right. The whole time I'm like, how can I fit this in? How can I fit this in?
All right. Next caller.
All right, Rollo, got you,
This
man.
shit was entertainment, bro. Yeah, I love these caller shows, man. Interacting with you guys is fucking funny as hell.
All right,
I think I'm gonna add Rubik's Cube to my merch.
And we do got a lovely lady in the house, and she's been laughing the whole time too, bro. So she thinks we should take away voting as well.
Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
We got Blue Pill Unplugged here, $10. Rather than just accepting RP concepts, I continually cross-check, validate against relationships, mine, friends, others. Understand most things are contextual, not black and white. Thank you, Rollo. Thank you, bro. Sean Morris, you guys, Rollo and Donovan Sharp, are the most valuable people for men out there. Thanks for what you do.
Shout out to Donovan, man.
Shout out to our boy Donovan Sharp.
Yep.
He'll be here at the end of the month, guys. Anthony X, $10. I went broke being blue pill, not understanding women, and then I found The Rational Male. Hey, go get the book, guys. We got $10. Pat Stedman's Polish passport.
Yeah.
To clarify, Mr. Rashid's success is inspiring. His point that all I can do is become my best version is well understood. There's just room for him to understand that the RP goes well beyond that lesson. Fair enough. All right, $2. Sir, Mr. Jason. 1361 F&F, you are king. All right. Oh, we got, okay, so he's on the line. Chris will make a note of that. Good addition to the sound bar for the late night ladies show would be Super Mario Go. Here we go.
Yeah, you know,
It's me, Mario.
I'll add that, but I do got this one. Okay, King Life, $5. Rollo, the guys hating on you pled guilty to coercion in Las Vegas, Chipmunk in Brazil, and Asperger's Harry Potter, who can't stop talking you and DS.
Donovan Sharp.
Okay, yeah, I mind that.
Show me what you built. Show me your body of work. If
facts.
all it is takedown videos, that's not much.
That's facts. L Storm 26, $5. Shout out to F&F, DS, and Rollo. Y'all changed my life with the RP mindset. Do you guys have an update on Skippy? I DM Skippy.
He hasn't responded.
He hasn't responded to me, man.
But he's been seen working out.
Wait, actually, he was here last night.
Well, Owen.
Oh, man.
He was talking that. I saw that.
Yo,
too.
chat's hilarious, man.
Owen is a legend, man. Show some respect to that nigga, man.
Yeah, facts.
610 nigga, $5. Thanks for taking my call. Is that really your fucking thing? 610 nigga.
You're white, bro.
He's white.
Yo, you guys are fucking undefeated, bro. Between you guys like taking women's voting rights away, niggas calling in and saying, yo, women have too much rights.
I'm surprised fake Rollo hasn't
6'10",
showed up
nigga.
in the chat yet.
6'10", wigger.
Pat Stedman's passport, like what? $20 from Jesse Burton. 30-40. All right, cool. Wild Spectre, $15 all the way from Australia. No longer a niche watcher. Huge thank you to F&F Rollo and Rich Cooper. Found the RP after a bad breakup. Now turning myself around and have never been better. Shout out to you, my friend. You get a Don DeMarco. All the way from down under. We got New Zealand in the house, Canada, Great Britain,
Down under.
New Zealand. Yo, shout out to all you guys, man.
Okay.
We got 0712, please, $10. Okay, got you, Sidner. Isaiah McCrimmon. Thank you for the call and continue to spread the life-changing content. Can't wait to meet you guys in person one day. Also buying Rational tonight. Fantastic.
Please do.
Jay Martin, $20. 18th Amendment caller, interesting theory, but it wasn't simply a general religious movement that spread to the mainstream. I'm a constitutional attorney. Okay. Papa Gold, $5. Women aren't bored. It just they don't have mothers in this age to teach them traits of loving their husband or man. Okay. $5. KVNBHB. What's up? Can I get some advice? Last 4 digits, 6611. And then last one, yo, culprit.
Yo, Myron.
What kind of Yu-Gi-Oh decks
Myron.
you F with? Bro, I used to run, I had a couple of decks, man. I ran a...
It's time to
I ran a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. No, I'm just kidding. No, man. I had a... hell no. Running a Blue Eyes deck is not a good move. I mean, you could... whatever. I remember I started with a Gate Guardian deck. That was a big mistake. Getting that nigga on the field was hard as fuck. You had to get Kaizen, Suijin, and I forget the other guy.
Suijin.
Yeah, you have to get all three of them niggas on the field. and they were all like 7 or 8 stars. It took forever to get them on.
Shows annoying as fuck.
Yeah, and so that was hard to get a Gate Guardian deck. Then I had an Exodia deck that actually worked out really good. But I was like that fucking dude, pot of green, like, I need to draw more cards. Oh yeah, just like,
Shut up, black hole.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't draw no more cards. Like, oh, game over, nigga. And you don't got Exodia in your hand. So, and then I also ran. Damn, I'm trying to think here.
You ever play Magic the Gathering?
Did I? So here's the thing. I was gonna get into Warhammer, but I didn't have the money. I was gonna play Warhammer 40K. I was ready. I was gonna buy the towel, but I think I'm still. I got the money to do it now. I can do it.
Does anyone know Cabal, Last Chaos?
Tell me
games. What? Does anyone know those online games?
Tell me when you buy that army, and then we'll do it. I'll do it. Well, bring my armies out here. We'll get a game.
You look like a Space Marine type nigga, man.
I play Eldar and Space Marine.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I play. It'd probably be easier to list the
Everyone
armies
plays
I
Space
don't
Marines.
play, but yeah, Marines.
Oh, you have every team?
Marines, Chaos.
I also wanted to do
Eldar.
Tyranids or
Tyranids.
Tyranids. I'm
Tyranids
sorry.
as well. Yeah.
I wanted to do Tau and Tyranids, and it's kind of funny.
Tau's
Because
fun.
like
Tau, you like Tau because they have that anime appeal to them.
they do, and they just shoot. You know what I'm saying?
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Shout to that.
There you go. Somebody's.
I know we're gonna nerd
That's
out
some
now.
class.
Let's nerd out.
Hey, shout out
to the
Arcane,
guys from Masculine Geek
the
too. By the
number
way, I
one,
play D&D with them like once a month on their podcast.
Okay. Yeah, no, but I'm thinking about getting into Warhammer 40K. I've always wanted to do it. I didn't have the money for it when I was a kid.
You
But
need a
now I
hobby,
do.
apparently.
Yeah.
It's the devil's playground.
Hey,
right?
bro.
You're always here. Be at home. You might as well play some games.
Hey, man, I'm improving the studio, bro. Because you don't do it, nigga.
We'll do it right
Nigga,
here. We'll do it on this
I got
table.
shit to do right now too outside here.
This guy. The network at AKA go flirt with girls and bang chicks and
I
all
was
this
at
other
Rick
stuff.
Ross listening party. I had to leave for y'all niggas.
here we
Come back,
go.
show y'all some love. I got to run over there now to see. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah, hey, look, like no cap, Fresh does a whole lot of shit, man.
Yeah, behind the scenes, bro.
I wake up, I'm like, yo, Fresh is up in the morning, driving around, meeting people, networking. That shit
Nah, he
ain't
is.
easy,
That
man.
shit's
All
not
day,
easy.
every day, bro.
I make jokes on him all the time because he doesn't know how to plug in the mics.
Yeah,
bro. I just so funny,
bro.
Yo, guess a girl will be next to him. And like the mic will accidentally unplug or some shit. She'll look at Fresh like, "Oh, can you help me?" And he'll be like, he'll look at me.
Yo,
like,
guys,
fix it.
Guys, I asked Fresh to fix the P on Patreon, right? And bro, I have to hesitate. I'm like, should I ask Fresh? I'm like, Fresh.
Listen.
this nigga goes home. Okay,
Listen. Here's a trick.
Yo, Fresh be like that for real.
Hold up, leave it like that.
That's
Just so you know, here's a trait of very successful people. They're good at one thing and one thing only. I'm good at networking.
It's a sign. It's
bro.
focus on spelled.
Yo, I wake up and I breathe networking, man. This is what I do, bro. Not this shit, bro.
I swear, man. I'm like,
Listen, man.
never mind. I'm like, I'll do my fucking self.
Speaking of Patreon,
why'd you sell the McLaren? It got a flat tire. I don't know how to change the flat tire.
By the way, guys, speaking of Patreon, guys, patreon.com/freshfit, guys.
Bam.
Get in there, man. Do us a quick solid. Support the family. Support the cause. Get in there. It's only $5 to join. Okay. You're going to go on patreon.com like this. You're going to type in Fresh and Fit, right? And then this is what's going to happen. You're going to come and you're going to say ours blurred out because they don't want us to make any money. That shit.
Fresh so ugly, man.
And then we're definitely going to get canceled after that nigga just called it and said, yo, bitches need more or less free time. So
Keep them busy.
keep these hoes busy. And another guy, take away
There's
the money.
merch for
Right?
you. Keep a hoe busy.
Yeah, $5, right? F&F supporter, right? So, guys, you guys want all the 2020 content? Go ahead and get in there. $10 supporter, you get the Patreon exclusive only live stream, which we're gonna probably do two this month, guys, because we didn't get to do one in November because I still got the studio working. And then $20, you get all the content, guys, all the videos,
Frank Castles, everything in between. Oh, it's there. I see it. Is there now?
shit.
So added a new tier.
Okay, cool. So at the $50 tier, you guys get answers to your questions. I record a video and send it back to you. The Ginyu Force $97 tier, you get added to a Telegram chat. Remember, guys, each tier that you go to, you get all the benefits of the prior tier. And then the Fresh and Fit car finder service, if you want to get a car.
Guys, you can source cars from anywhere in the States. Any car you want, luxury, exotic, mid-tier, and it's delivered right to your door, basically, from anywhere in the state.
And also, you get all the other benefits
and guys,
as well.
He got me my McLaren, my Lambo truck. But again, your Lambo whenever you get Lambo, whatever. But the point is, guys, Billy's a guy. Shout out to him. If you want that exclusive content regarding how to get cars, hit him up.
And then this got sold out, but it's a Super Saiyan tier.
Yep.
We do 1 monthly Zoom call per month, which we're going to do 2 Zoom calls this month, guys, because we missed it last month because, we're getting everything up and
That's fair.
going
That's fair.
and everything. But we're going to give you out 2 Zoom calls. And then if you guys help us hit 1,000 patrons, scroll down real quick, Chris, please.
Yep.
We're going to do a Zoom call as well. So we might end up doing 3 Zoom calls this month.
And honestly, man.
And that's for all patrons, by the way, because I know a lot of you guys want to get in. Hey, we want to ask you guys about Instagram. You guys both got verified. Okay. Hey, I want to ask you guys about real estate. Myron, I know you bought 6 properties. Hey, I want to get in shape. How do I get abs?
I want cars. I want
cars. I want to get girls. I want to get an AP. Hey, plug me up with RM plug.
And
whatever.
also, we
got y'all on everything.
5K away from hitting 500K.
Come on.
You know what that means, right?
Come on.
Party time, niggas. Yo, new year, new party. Let's get lit.
Yo, there's no one in the sphere that gives more value on Patreon than us.
Nobody.
I mean, fuck.
Rollo second.
Not
Rollo
even your
second.
mother.
And that's only because I do it twice a week.
Yeah. But we got a lot of content on there, guys. Go support us, man. It's only $5 at the cheapest level, So if you really hate us and like fuck these niggas and you want a ninja watch, put the mask on and then click that thing for $5.
There you
So
go.
Anyway,
all right, let's go
next caller.
to 1934. He's been waiting for an hour.
Okay,
give it to him.
shit, you've been waiting for a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get
Reward him.
1934.
1934.
1942.
Rock and roll.
The alcohol.
All right, going once.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
Go ahead, man.
Hey,
What's your
buddy.
question, man?
Thanks for waiting.
Hey. Just nice to actually talk with you guys. Say hi to Myron.
Myron.
That girl fucked up my name for life.
All right, fam, go ahead.
Okay. My question is I've currently read through the first book of The Rational Male, Bachelor Pad Economics, and the ROI and the Pursuit of Women from Aaron Clareey.
Shout out to Aaron Clareey.
What the next book I should read should be.
Rollo?
I would suggest. It sounds like you're interested in the economic side of things too. I would read Preventive Medicine. To be honest with you, that's the most applicable book I think I have right now. As I said, I'm working on a 5th book right now, which is sort of a why it works version of Game. It's not a how to go. Here's the steps to going and getting a girlfriend. It's why these techniques work, psychologically speaking. But I think, other than that, my most applicable book would be, and it's a short read too. It's actually the smallest book of the series, but it's Preventive Medicine, and I go through a timeline of what you can expect from women in this modern age at various phases of their maturity, and it's a nice compliment, I think, actually to the Book of Numbers too. So
nice,
yeah.
Shout out to our man Aaron Clareey. We try to get him here in December, but he's too busy yelling at clouds right now.
Listen,
Yes.
So
he's tying onions to his
listen.
belt.
Listen,
Don't ask him why.
man. If I had a, I don't want to say the word, dad. No, I don't get canceled. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Shout out to our man Aaron
You know what I
Clareey.
want to say.
I know that's gonna be a
Pot of gold.
Yeah, a pot of gold. But shout out to our man Aaron Clareey. He's probably out there somewhere in the
Cappy.
Dakotas. These damn kids. So shout out to him, guys.
Cappy, man.
Go subscribe to his
Get off
YouTube
his
channel.
lawn.
Check out the Torah guy.
Get off my lawn, you
All right.
kids.
Yeah. Okay, who's up next?
We have
FL.
Thank you, Rollo and F&F.
You're
Bring our priceless value to RP community. Question F&F. When is Rich Cooper coming?
Good question.
Good question.
You know
Who
what,
knows?
man?
You tell me, man. I only work here.
You guys go ahead and spam Rich Cooper to come on the show. I told him to come on. Hey, man. I mean, it's
Tell
up to
him he needs to be here.
He's welcome to come. Like I said, we have no, we have no animosity.
Canada has been really. Canada is like an Eastern Bloc country right now. So remember that.
But man, go over there, guys, on his channel. Tell him, hey, you go on Fresh and Fit, man. We need you over there, and make it happen, bro. Like I said, he's always welcome on the pod, man. Shout out to him, and go get the book Unplugged Alpha. Okay, who's up next?
1786. Waiting for an hour.
Okay,
do it.
We show love to everybody in the manosphere, bro. Even if they hate us, man. Not Rich, but I mean, like in general. Go ahead.
Yeah, guys, keep it short because you're free. Going once.
Yo,
what's your question, man?
Hey, shout out to you guys, man. You're some of the realest dudes doing this shit. All 3 of you, man. I appreciate you guys, really.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
We love you too.
All right, I really want to hear your opinion on this. I can definitely see, especially nowadays, that men need to do everything in their power to gain more control over reproduction.
Yes.
Because when women have complete control, we're in the mess that we're in right now. So I'm very interested to hear thoughts from all 3 of you on the concept of the artificial womb. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about that.
Yo, this is a fucking lit show,
Wait,
man.
is it ectogenesis? I forget what the
this
actual
show.
scientific name of
No,
it
like
is.
literally, like, bro, this is fucking awesome.
I mean,
transhuman.
Well, who wants to tackle this one first?
Yeah, if one first because we have callers on the line. So
I've actually talked about this before, and
Rollo.
this is actually a common question. I've been getting this since like 2015. Somebody asked me this.
Yeah, I
at
get
the
this
Man
one a
in
lot too on
Demand,
Instagram, bro.
It would be very. I think that I think that science fiction is what it is. I think there's probably better ways to retain control over the human reproductive process. The first and foremost, I think a better tact would be to find some way or fund a reliable male contraceptive that has nothing to do with it could be a reversible vasectomy. I mean, we can put landers on Mars, but we still haven't figured out how to make a guy infertile and then make him refertile again later on.
Yeah.
And I think that if guys had the choice to say, okay, I'm going to be the one to decide whether you're going to have the baby because I've turned off my fertility and now I'll turn it on for you. I think that removes a lot of that control that we've given to women since the sexual revolution, since the 1960s with hormonal birth control. I think that's a better place to start than saying, oh, we need a birthing pod and we're going to it's like hydroponically grown children or something like that. If that is a possibility, it's way in the future. So having the conversation about it is kind of immaterial to the point that we need to find some way to and I agree with the caller. We need to find some way to at least make it equitable between who's making the decisions for the human reproductive process right now. We're talking about like abortion right now in Texas, and I'm reminded of this every time we have this conversation. Women will say, you don't have a uterus, so you don't have a seat at the table.
And then you tell her,
know your role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
Well, and because we still contribute half of the DNA to that child, you're goddamn right. I have a right to say what's going on with that.
Facts.
And you have a goddamn right to have those kids, whether you want to or I'm not saying women it should be forced upon them to have the child whether or not they want to. I think the decision should be to have the kid, but I think that when we say you don't have a seat at the table, that right there will show you the endemic misandry that we have in this country right now to say that you are immaterial to the reproductive process until such time as that child becomes a criminal, and then it's where's the father? Now I have a seat at the table because the kid has gone to hell. But again, it's responsibility without authority. Men have little or zero authority in the reproductive process right now, but they have 100% responsibility for the kids or for the decisions that woman makes once the sperm leaves her body.
Damn, son.
So you're
Where'd you
goddamn
find
right.
this?
I have a fucking seat at the table, and especially if you want to fund these things with my taxpayer dollars. That's number one. Number two is I also contribute half of the DNA to that. So I saw Whoopi Goldberg today, railing against, I don't know, a woman should be forced to have a child that she doesn't want to have. And it's like, well, there's ways to avoid that. But secondly, it's like you are in control of the birthing process and have been. Women have been since 1965.
Whoopi Goldberg. Man.
Well, so I think as far as ectogenesis is concerned, or I think that's what it's called. I forget that there's the birthing pods or whatever. Artificial wombs. When we get to that point, then maybe we can have that discussion. But we're not at that point. A better place to start it. A better place. Shout out to the Matrix.
I'm gonna keep mine short, brother. Right now, bro, how the world's going, we can't change shit. That being said, 2 words for you. Pull up. Next.
All right. And yeah, man, all I'm going to say, bro, real talk, bro. I'm it's too far gone. Women have 100% control of reproduction nowadays. And here's the thing. Women are never going to forfeit the rights that they fought for to get to this point. So it's like the guys that say repeal the 19th and take away their rights. And
that's not happening, brother. Come on now.
It ain't happening, my ninjas. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. And if you live in a Western world, it's definitely not going to happen.
You want to stop. You want to take here's an even better tact. You want to take back at least some kind of authority over the reproductive process. Make men not financially responsible for children.
Ooh, that's how you do it.
Just say, you know what? Okay, you have the right to abortion. Great. I have the right to say I don't want to support that child financially.
Dave Chappelle said it.
Do that.
Your
and
body, your choice. My wallet, my choice, baby.
Do that. You want to reduce abortions?
Yes.
Do that, and I will guarantee you that you will see abortion plummet.
If only,
Exactly. Yeah, pull up Elijah's.
I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I'm just saying if you want, that's the practical, pragmatic thing.
There we go.
A shout out to our boy Elijah all the way from Australia, man. Big $100 super chat, bro.
Down under.
Hey, Myron, just sent you a message on Insta. Don't read it out, but please show Rollo. You guys are saving lives and saving marriages. He just read it, man. And Rollo, you have anything to say about it?
No, but I'm happy for you, man. I'm very glad.
That's awesome.
Thank you for that. I like getting positivity back instead of like, fuck you, you suck, Rollo.
Yeah, and I mean, right there for all the haters, no one says that though. The fraud father, he's just pitching his book. That's all he's doing. He's a fraud. He's married. He's been married for 20 years. What the hell does he know about anything? And it's like,
where's his receipts?
Where the fuck are people messaging you?
I've got 20 years of receipts.
Saying, hey, you saved my life and putting out there for everybody to see. It ain't happening with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And people work so hard to tail down guys that have like actually put value into the world and kept guys from putting guns in their mouths and killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why we continue to have Rollo on. You know, phenomenal books, great work, saving lives is going to live on after you die, Rollo. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to pass on these books and this information because it's all about passing notes, baby. That's what it's about, man. And Elijah's all the way in Australia, other side of the fucking world.
That's love.
So Elijah, I have a lot of people in Kenya that hit me up and say, dude, you saved my life in Kenya. It's so bad over here. And they'll tell me the situation. And they're like, can you please come out to Kenya? And I'm like,
hell no.
Yeah, sure. I would actually love to go to Kenya. I'm just not, I would want you guys with me. Will you come to Kenya with me, please?
Can you come to Kenya with me? Can you come to Kenya with me? Okay. But I was gonna get myself for one anyway.
I know.
It's funnier than you, nigga. At least I didn't stutter.
All right.
Okay. Moving on, right?
1361.
Okay, 1361.
1 hour and he paid.
Go for it.
Go ahead, man.
Do it.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro? Thank you for being patient.
It's still Mr. Jason. I know. I got you.
Oh,
it's
I know
normal.
this dude. I know that dude.
Hey, Rollo. Glad to see you. Glad to finally talk to you personally. Besides super chatting, Fresh and Fit Z Fighters, stay up. You guys are kings. You guys are doing God's work right now.
Thank you, bro.
You guys are teaching the manosphere, teaching the game. I appreciate it.
We got kicked out the manosphere though. We got kicked out.
The black man.
We got kicked
only
out.
The black man.
We got only that one. We got kicked out. And guys, do me a quick favor before you ask this question. Can you guys please like the video?
There's always the Latin manosphere, the Asian manosphere, the white manosphere, the I don't know.
I'm joining the Asian manosphere.
Estonian manosphere.
We're not alphas, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But go ahead, brother. Ask your question. But guys, please like the video. Go ahead, man.
All right, you guys hear me?
Yeah,
go for it. Go ahead.
On.
Okay, good. Yeah, so the question to Rollo is like, I just had a birthday. I am just turned 40, and I want to know if I have any more runway left to go. I've never been fat. I'll stay at about $1.65 for most of my life. I'm still $1.65. I'm also an over-the-road truck driver, and that's difficult too to have a relationship. Is there any room left for me to get, obviously to actually get something, find something?
I think you asked me this one time. You're the long distance truck driver guy, right?
Yep, yes, I am, sir.
Yeah. I mean, what are you looking for? I mean, you're 40 years old. Do you want to get out of that line of work? I mean, where do you see yourself? I think life-wise is really the questions you need to ask yourself first. And then, I mean, what are you doing for like bedroom fun? What are you doing for like what's your plate spinning rotation like right now? I imagine it's kind of hard to maintain if you're a truck driver unless you go for lot lizards or whatever.
No lot lizard, no sir. No, I love myself too much for that. That is not the avenue I'm going to take. No, I just got out of a relationship with borderline personality disorder. She was batshit crazy. Sorry to cussing, but she was nuts. Mother of two, 35 years old. I seen all the red flags. I ignored them because it was, I was expiring basically.
Mm-hmm.
It was I was getting needy basically. It's basically what I call it. So.
Okay, bro, we got you.
Stupid.
But
we've all been there, bro.
Yeah, I would say let me interject here. I think that in your line of work, that's really tough. I don't know where you do your socializing. I don't know where you do your sourcing as a guy who's a long distance trucker. This is
Florida.
great. This is actually a great question
I'm
because
a
it's
resident in Florida.
yeah. Okay. So this is not a guy who is down in Brickell, like sourcing girls from, you know,
like that,
Tinder and Bumble and wherever, or, you know, at the clubs or anything like that. But it's still applicable to him. I love hearing like guys from like the Midwest, or like I was meeting guys in Oklahoma when I was out for Pat Campbell's memorial.
Rest in
and who are,
peace
yeah,
to
rest in
him.
peace. Thank you, Pat. But I was talking to some guys and they're like, going, you know, you changed my life. And it's contextual for that particular area too. So just because it works, you know, like red pill awareness is one thing in Miami, it's a whole different thing somewhere else. So what's the advice you give to a guy who is like on the road all the time, wants to source, wants to have a relationship, wants to get with a girl? I think that's a tough, I mean, it's your line of work. Is there any way you can like advance in your line of work? Is there some way do you want to have a change in your line of work? Maybe that's really where you need to start. Because it seems to me that doesn't really like. Yeah, I have known guys. Honest to God, I used to have a roommate who was a long distance trucker way back in the day, and he said it was really hard to maintain a relationship because he's always out. He's always on the road.
Yeah.
Comes back for like 3 or 4 days, and he's back on the road again, and that's like really tough to hold a relationship together. So,
yeah, I mean,
where do you
I'm
go
usually
with that?
gone 6 weeks, and I 6 weeks I'm gone, and I'm home for 12 days. I also have a daughter. I was married before, but I dodged that bullet. I came out clean on the other end. Thank God for that. I mean, I have to pay child support, but that's just normal. But I came out clean. I didn't lose a lot of stuff. I really didn't have a lot of stuff to lose technically. So, but yeah, that's what situation I'm dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, it might be time for a career change, or you could still pick up chicks on the road. It's just that, you're going to have to be a little bit more planned. So if you know your route, right, you need to start using Tinder or online dating apps and plan for where you're going to be a couple of days ahead of time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, caller, don't give up hope, man. Like Myron said, just pivot, do that to your advantage, and then move forward.
Cool.
All right, caller. All right, we got
and get on Patreon, because we had a truck driver actually. I filmed the video answering this.
Gig, man.
So dude, get on Patreon and we have videos on that, man. Like because we had truck drivers ask this same question. So patreon.com/FreshFit, man. We answer all kinds of questions.
You kind of have to spin plates as a truck driver.
You have to.
I would say you would have to be non-exclusive.
Yeah.
All right. Caller.
Who's up next?
We got 3 more callers. We got 3040.
3040. What's up?
What's up, brother?
Guys, please like the video. We're only at 2.2K likes. Get us to 2,700. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so really excited to be able to talk to Rollo directly. Seeing Owen on the show last night got me really nostalgic about the pioneer days of game. I've been I've been a fan of the space since its early founding. So that was really fucking cool.
I'll make that mystery thing happen for you guys, man. Trust me.
I thought it was pretty cool too.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wasn't
man.
expecting
even
that.
for me, like, because I know what you're talking about, bro. So it was awesome, and I'm gonna make that mystery collab happen with everybody else.
Oh man, that would be awesome, because I mean he was the Tyler Durden, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So okay, well, on to my question. Why is so much male-based self-improvement still entrenched in the blue pill, or why does it need to express itself with femme-centric language? The most blatant example being Mark Manson's role models, in which he replaces words like bravery or courage with vulnerability, things like that.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Models. He's actually got some other books since then. Mark Manson would be a good example of the purple pill, and I would also put Tucker Max in that role as well.
Right, Tucker Max. Well, a lot, yeah, definitely Tucker Max, and honestly, Mike Rashid. I mean, I'm not trying to throw any shade at Mike, but it was cool that he called in, and I hope you guys could talk about that directly, because you did accuse him of being, a blue pill alpha, and so and I think a lot of people in the chat would agree when I say that, like, confronting people who you criticize would be really great, because it's in the best interest of male improvement to dispel blue pill ideology. And there's a lot of blue pill alphas out there. And I think that's the frustration with Jordan Peterson, Mike Rashid, Tucker Max, Mark Manson, is it's male improvement that just kind of rides the line of being red pill. But if it gets a little too uncomfortable, then they start using femme-centric language, and you'll see that in their content. I mean, I'd urge anybody, if you don't know, who these guys are, go to any of their
they always
pages.
they tend to
like I said, not throwing any shade.
They tend to march it back is what they do. And I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of guys who want to toy with this right now, it's like it's the new hotness, right? Tim Pool liked it. Steven Crowder was all about it for a while. Matt Walsh, I've criticized for similar reasons. They want to get into the male improvement sphere, because we see this generation of lost boys, right? They're purposeless. We have answered several calls already about that. How do I find my purpose and that stuff? We read articles in the Atlantic, in New York Times, about like this generation of dropout guys. And by the way, that's been going on for a very long time. It's not some new recent creation. I can remember when Milo Yiannopoulos was with Breitbart and wrote an article about the Lost Boys generation. Jordan Peterson comes into it, but they have to march that language back because they want to stay in good graces with with their line of work or with their media outlets. It could be because they don't want to be seen as one of those manosphere guys, one of those red pill guys, because there's a chance they might get deplatformed as a result of that. I think one of you guys' greatest achievements is not getting deplatformed in a year.
Yeah, you're right. So, it's a growth to this level. Yeah, you're right. But I've never. They're coming for us though after that last one.
So let's
need less time.
Let's put a little contrast on this. I've never heard you like back up off of red pill stuff with these girls that are here. Even in the face of like women saying, who hurt you, and they're all, three white claws in, and they're losing their minds. You're still on point the whole time. If you go and I watched Matt Walsh, or I watch Steven Crowder, and I see them wanting to get in and say, man up. Candace Owens, really great example. It's all about responsibility and nothing about authority. And the cure to our masculinity crisis right now is just men need to be more like men, right? Men need to get back to that old, masculinity, and we need to go out there and do manly things. But the problem is the last two generations, we've told them to man down, and now you're telling them to man up again. And what happens is they can't say be a misogynist. They can't say be dominant.
Tell me to shut the fuck up and make a sandwich.
Yeah, they can't.
That's what I need you to tell me.
There's a limit to how far they will go. And I would also throw in, if we're naming names here, I'd also throw in Dr. David Buss. I'd also throw in Dr. Steven Pinker. I would also throw in Dr. Jordan Peterson. I would throw in a lot of other names with that. These are the guys that kind of frustrate me because they have the data. They're just not willing to go
just let Rollo finish, and then we'll let you go.
They're not willing to go that extra mile. So why are they doing that? Well, primarily because, if it's a guy like Dr. David Buss or Jordan Peterson, previously anyways, they didn't want to lose their tenure at whatever college that they were at that time. So that's number one. Same thing with Dr. Pinker, who I think is a brilliant guy, but in the application, he's very masculine apologetics. And so it's like, yeah, we're assholes and we're violent, and we have, we walk around with a heart on all the time, and we have more libidos, and we'll go and talk about all the stuff we're here. But really, it's just because we're guys, and cut us some slack. We're actually the dumbasses that you think that we are, rather than leaning into like positive conventional masculinity and working from within, leveraging it from within that paradigm. They won't do that. Because first of all, they probably haven't made that switch in their head. Like I said, you have to unlearn things before you can be really red pill aware. You've got to unlearn why it feels bad when somebody calls you a jerk, right? Because you're now red pill aware and you're a jerk kind of thing. That's what they're trying to avoid. Yeah, that's what they're trying to avoid. But then on top of that, they their bread and butter is being this really super positive, in some cases, this really woo-woo magical spiritual guy. And they don't want to lose that kind of appeal, I think. And so, and whenever we're talking about spiritual issues, whenever we're talking about metaphysics, that's always coming from leading with emotion. So that's appealing to women at that time. So when I talk about things, and when you guys talk about things, it's usually just nuts and bolts. And sometimes it doesn't taste good. It's not a good flavor that's left in your mouth after you've got that, because you have to be the one who parses out all of that information. And so what these guys try to do is they try to parse it out for you. They try to tell you it's not as bad as it seems. Men are horrible, and they're borderline rapists all the time, but really we're not all like that. And so they'll try to back it up a little bit. And what they do is they pick and pull. Like I said, purple pill. Purple pill is this. You take all of the things about the red pill that align with your belief sets and everything else, and you take those and you put those into sort of your new ideology, but you don't want to take the whole thing. So you think you can use red pill awareness to achieve blue pill goals, and therefore you become purple pill as a result, because you can't cut away that blue pill, unlearn the things that you've learned before, but you can't make that coexist with the red pill awareness that you have right now. And so there's kind of like this conflict. So some people's solution is to make it into a purple pill.
All right.
Fair enough. Carla, did you have something that you want to add real quick there? Because I saw you wanted to say something.
And quick, please.
Yeah, I mean, so touching on what you said, as far as kind of walking things back, I think it's for the sake of, reaching a certain level of popularity. That's why the red pill, as you said, will probably stay underground to a certain degree. It'll
I hope so.
rear its head out every now and then. But yeah, because that's what happens to it is you start having to walk things out for the sake of of appearance. And when you have this microphone and you're in front of a lot of people, you don't want to alienate an entire gender, which but is the red pill kind of in danger of doing that same thing right now as it gets a little popular? You guys are about to have Jordan Peterson on. I mean, you guys have Rashid on regularly now. It's like, and it doesn't seem like there's a willingness to really confront some of the criticisms that the red pill has towards these influencers, because of course they're all in the business of helping men. And so nobody wants to be rude to each other. Nobody wants to disagree with each other.
I mean, we've disagreed with Mike on plenty of topics, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen our episodes with Mike. We've disagreed with Mike on plenty of topics, man. We went back and forth. It's just that there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with each other and being respectful about it, and still acknowledging that you're friends, and you can have your disagreements, and it's totally cool. Our thing is we just make sure to bring people on the platform that we just make sure to bring people on the platform that are going to add value, regardless of whatever their personal belief system may be. Some guys might be RP light, some other guys might be blue pill, some other guys might be a little radical, whatever it is. We bring all different types of personalities on, because for us to only subscribe to one mantra and only stick in that mantra kind of doesn't do justice for everyone else, because everyone else brings value outside of their outside of their belief system in different ways.
But Myron, when Abba asked you why you called him blue pill, I would have loved to have seen you explain to him, look, this is why I called you blue pill. And because that would have been confronting the criticism. And I understand why you didn't want to, but and same thing with Mike calling. And I understand why you don't want to say, well, yeah, my criticism was that you're a blue pill alpha, but this is why I said that. Because then we could start dispelling blue pill ideas. And I think that's what a lot of the audience in the red pill space would have loved to have seen, because I pay attention to the chat, and
but here's the thing, man. You got to remember, what's blue pill to one guy might not necessarily be blue pill to another guy, bro. You got to remember that. And
then remember this is then you get into the conversation that I would have with Mike Rashid, or the conversation I would have with Dr. Jordan Peterson, would not be the conversation I would have with, say, Alex from Playing with Fire, right? I did a full video breaking down all the bullshit that the deliberate misinterpretations of my work. That's a whole different conversation there, because when my righteous anger in that video was directed at that, because I had so many guys who are deliberately misinterpreting my work, and as a result, it at least promotes the idea that you shouldn't read my book, and you shouldn't listen to what I have to say, because they'll straw man you and turn you into whatever it is, because it's a business decision for them. It's a branding decision for them, but they don't realize what they're doing is they're becoming an obstacle to men's growth. They're becoming an obstacle to actual men's improvement by deliberately distorting what I have to say. Now, that's not the conversation I would have with like Jordan Peterson. Okay. I would question whether Jordan Peterson is a good resource considering what his background is with his wife and with, understanding men and women's nature. If you get something out of Jordan Peterson in a different context, that's on you. But I've done several videos. In fact, one of the first videos I did was being critical of Jordan Peterson as being blue pill, because a lot of the stuff that he was talking about when it comes to intersexual dynamics, it was all based on the beta buck side of hypergamy, because that's all he knows. And so I was pointing that out. It's not like I'm saying, oh, you're a dick and you're an idiot because you don't know this. I'm saying,
and you've also given him a lot of praise as well.
I have.
You've given him a lot of respect
I'm saying you're not focusing on the dual nature of hypergamy, alpha fucks and beta bucks. And and I would say the same thing about Steven Crowder, about Matt Walsh, about all these guys, because they think that for a man to man up, they have to be better at providing, provisioning, and parental investment. And that side is the only side that matters when that's all you know. So I'm happy to point that out and be as, you want me to be confrontational, I'll be as confrontational as I can about that. But that doesn't mean like that the guy is worthless or anything like that. I think one of the problems that like Mike Rashid has with me, and that a lot these other guys have with me as well, is that they think that I'm questioning their validity or their value or what they built of themselves, right? That's not what I'm getting at. I'm sure that Mike has gone through a whole lot of building and gone from rags to riches and built himself up. Same thing I would say with like the guys of the Tates. They look at them now, right? That's the classic story that we're always looking for. We're looking for a guy who's gone from nothing, from just shit, to suddenly they're on Fresh and Fit, and suddenly they've got Lambos, and like I keep saying, too much too young, too fast. That's where that comes from. But
they actually talk about that, making money too fast and young.
It's building up from nothing to something. We love that story. We love rags to riches, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so when I'm having the conversation about what's blue pill, what's red pill, you're this way or that way, it's not a cut on you or what you built. It's the ideas and confronting those ideas. So that's what I would do if I had Jordan Peterson in front of me, or Mike Rashid, or anyone else for that matter. It's not that I think you don't deserve what you have. You do. I'm not saying that. I'm not questioning your legitimacy. I'm just saying that the things and the ideas that you have and how you came to those might still be something that you need to unlearn so that you can learn something that's new, that's more pragmatic and more efficient, and a better way of.
And also, caller, you got to remember too.
Yeah, because I still think
caller.
Hold
on. Caller, you're done.
Well, no, he's not done, guys. But I mean, like the thing is that I see where you're coming from.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
It's okay. Answer him off the air. It's fine.
All right. I'll just answer his thing off there. He didn't have to hang up. But yeah, man. I mean, really, what it comes down to, and I see his criticisms, his fair criticisms for sure. Like, hey, you got to call out these blue pill guys and everything else like that. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But you got to understand, guys, too. When me and Fresh came into the space, right? That's what kind of was already going on. Was, hey, let's call out blue pill guys and not fuck with them. And they contort the issue and they're enabling, the fuck ups with men and everything else like that. And I look at it like this. Well, just because someone's blue pill doesn't necessarily mean that they don't add value to the world in some way. So why not harness the best traits of them, regardless of their belief system with women, and bring out the value that guys can extract and use for their own benefit and show the best side? Because let's keep it real, guys. The guys that are RP aware that actually enact on this information are far and few between, baby. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many guys claim to be RP this and RP that and are some of the biggest simps. It is what it is, man. But what I'm saying is this. If you go ahead and you only associate with hardcore RP guys, you're not going to grow and expand. And to be honest, one of the biggest critiques of the manospheres, that's why no one has broken out of the manospheres, because I'm not aligning with anyone that isn't hardcore RP or doesn't subscribe to my methodology of thinking. We don't operate like that over here. We're cool with bringing in people from different walks of life that might not necessarily think the way we do when it comes to women, etc., but they've been successful in other endeavors in their life. We bring them in. Hey, let's collab. Let's see another perspective. And hey, just because me and Fresh are RP aware and we look at dating and relationships a certain way doesn't mean that we're better than other people that might not necessarily subscribe to our methodology of dealing with women. Because remember, guys, women is just one component of being a man. you still have all these other things: mindset, confidence, fitness, earning money, being competent in things. Women is just a small fraction of being a man. And for us to just sit there and only focus on women and red pill theory is foolish. So we like to bring you guys an array of different people so that you guys can take and pick and choose what's the best for you, because
I am really good at intersexual dynamics. Do not pretend to be a fitness expert. I mean, I know what works. I work out. Oh, thank you very much. I do. Where people say, "Oh, look, he's all yoked." I'm like, no, I'm always this way. You just only see me from this, up on my own show. But I would not pretend to be a fitness expert. I would not pretend to be a real estate expert. I would not pretend to be like some financial genius or anything like that. I stick to what I'm good at, which is, writing books about intersexual dynamics and red pill stuff. That doesn't mean that other people who do that are worthless. That's why I work with Kiyosaki and Gammon and
For sure. See, for sure. Here's problem with this space, right? And this is really taking me off because you think that just because someone's not RP aware, they don't have value. Here's the problem, right? This is why most creators are in a box, and this is why they'll never grow, they'll never flourish, because to them is that, okay, if you're not RP aware, then you're not worth anything. Here's the problem though: people have value whether they're blue pill,
never said that.
purple pill, nigga, shut up, black pill. It doesn't matter. The point is that, like, bro, every person on this planet has value. For you to say, "Oh, confront them," why don't you do your own show? Confront people. This is adding value to men, bro. This is helping men become better, not attacking other men. And look, we got problems. We talk about, we debate. We're not going to attack other people and say, "Oh, what do you think is wrong?" Hey, if they want to think that way, that's fine. But I'm just saying to you, caller, in reality speaking, they all add value in different ways. It doesn't have to be, "Oh, attack them." Is, you know what? Cool. We understand your point. Here's my point. We talk about it as men and leave it as that. Any attacking people that are not RP aware, what does that do? All it does is isolate us and say, you know what? They are judgmental, boom, 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 and we get put in a box. That's a huge problem to the spirit, because think about it. If you want to expand and reach mainstream, you have to be open-minded to say, you know what? Let's hear what they got to say, and let's talk it out as men. You can't just say, "Oh, because they're not RP aware, you have to put them in a box." No, that's stupid.
Who knows? Because here's the thing: we've been able to kind of spread, RP awareness to a lot of guys by being, by playing nice with other guys that might not necessarily share a philosophy. And if we bring on other content creators that aren't RP aware, or they're blue pill, you know what? If we can help a guy that was going through a bad breakup and didn't have answers, but we were able to get to him through his content creator that he listens to, who gives him value from, let's say, financial advice or for fitness advice, and now they find our stuff and they're like, "Damn, I'm having issues with women. They're talking about women. This is interesting. Let me tune in." Bang, they find us and they're like, "Wow, I didn't think about this." And then bang, they find Rollo's book. They keep from putting a gun to their face. And how did that happen? That happened by me not telling them, "You're a blue pill simp" on air, or challenging their belief system, because the thing is that red pill and blue pill, they're fairly loose, holder terms that define someone's awareness on female nature, but that doesn't define a man's value, bro. It's a very minuscule thing. We tell you all the time, don't worry about women like that. Focus on yourself, and then women are a byproduct of it. But I see where you're coming from. Your critiques are very valid. Hey, you should, confront guys that are blue pill or whatever. I see where you're coming from with that, but with all due respect, I don't think it adds value. I think it's just going to add confrontation, and it's going to detract from the bigger conversation at hand, which is helping guys getting out there, spreading this message out. And hey, man, if we got to, not sit there and confront people on irrelevant things, I'd rather, you got to pick which hill you want to die on. And honestly, man, calling a guy blue pill or how he mate selects or whatever is, in my opinion, with all due respect, is a foolish way to have a conversation with a man that might have opposing views, but can add value in another way. Does that make sense?
Bro, I'm gonna spend.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like you'll say it, when the person's not there, but when that person wants to confront you about it, it's like, I think it's actually good to say, yeah, this is why I said that, rather than, because there's more of a priority, I notice, on the show to be agreeable rather than to actually challenge ideas.
Okay.
And that's just my criticism.
What do you want me to say? What do you want us to say?
Like, that's fair. If that's that's his critique.
I mean, what would be, what would satisfy that, right?
Okay. Well, I have a perfect answer for that. Is just like, for example, with the whole ABBA thing, when he came on, he said, "Yeah, you called me blue pill." I think I would have loved, and many people in the space would have loved, for you to say, "Well, this is why I called you blue pill," and and do a full-on critique of because he is very blue pill. Nobody would disagree with that. Or with Mike, like, well, yeah, my critique was that you're a blue pill alpha.
We always listen, man. The thing is, bro.
Now we're talking about ideas.
I understand that, but at some point, you got to respect the guest, and it's you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We always
I totally get that.
always show love and respect the guest, and our goal is to never ever, regardless of our opinions, make the guest feel like shit or whatever it is, because respect for the guests takes priority.
Well, it's too bad that Aber didn't reciprocate that.
Well, I mean, that's all.
All right, nigga, stop bringing up their names. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that yourself, But
so look, caller,
it is what it is.
Any guests on the show,
but we always show respect to
I
our
don't
guests,
care if
man.
they're blue pill, red pill, black pill. We show respect. Now, how they handle it is how they handle it. At the end of the day, man, it's our platform. We respect every single guest. Even Rollo's a guest here as well. And that's how we roll, man. If you don't want to, like something to that, that's fine. Just see, this is how we do things.
See, that's the thing is,
I can. Like I said, I'm a fan of you guys, and I appreciate.
Guys, he's giving valid critiques, guys. Caller, you're giving valid critiques.
Yeah, you are.
I see your points, man, and I'm just telling you how we operate. We always show the guests respect, regardless of their views. Because, like I said before, is it worth it to call, sit there and we're having a good conversation? Oh, you're blue pill, and I'm gonna say why you're blue. It's like, nah, bro. Like, you gotta show respect.
The problem is now it's become semantics. Now it's become semantics. Like when all that stuff went down with S.A and you and Miranda and all that other. Oh, he's not alpha. No alpha would do that. And now it's a qualifier, right? It's not like a set of characteristics. It's a qualifier.
Well, caller, thanks for calling in, man. We got to get to the next person, though.
To say you're blue pill, to say you're red pill is now like, it's almost like an invective, right? It's like saying, well, you're blue pill, right? And it's like, I've had guys tell me that I'm blue pill because I've been married for 25 years, right? Where are your receipts? How come you're not fucking all the hotties? The fat kid in Brazil's been, talks about that all the time. Show me the receipts. Show me who you've been with. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, I have 20 years of fucking receipts. I got 4 books of receipts. I've got my receipts are the guys who come up to me and say, you saved my life. My kids have a fucking father because of your work. Those are my receipts right there. Say, oh, you only have a notch count of 41. Oh man, my guys go out and get that in 6 months, and I'm like, oh, well, good for them if that's the case. But the fact of the matter remains is that, the receipts that I have are not based on being a pickup artist, not being a relationship coach, not any of this. I do what I do. I'm the rational male. You want to call me red pill? Fine. That's great. I'm happy to accept that. You want to call me the Godfather? Happy to accept that as well. But how are we defining terms? Because guys, like I said before, I got trad cons who will say you can't be red pill or he can't be married because he's red pill. He can't be red pill because he's married. And they just can't make up their minds because they're using those terms as he doesn't agree with me. So you're blue pill. You don't agree with me. You're a son of a bitch, right? It doesn't matter what the terminology is you disagree with my ideology. And let me tell you why you're wrong. Blue pill is just the way that we go about turning that into an invective or into some sort of an insult for them. You go, okay, well, why do you think I'm blue pill? Okay, now we can get to the point. Now I can explain to you the flaws in your thinking that we happen to call blue pill or we happen to call red pill or whatever. Are you still clinging to an old way of thinking that is sort of inefficient and outdated? Is it old order thinking? Is it new order thinking? Here's why you're wrong. And then of course they will make up whatever ideological, rationale to say, no, you're wrong. We should be doing this, or they'll appeal to emotions just like the girls do. So what is red pill? What is blue pill? What is alpha? What is beta? If you're going to turn, one of the reasons I hate to use the term red pilled as a verb is exactly because of this, because it turns into some sort of qualifier rather than a state, rather than a praxeology, rather than an understanding. It turns into, oh, you're blue pill, you're red pill. And so when I was talking about purple pill, that was just like, the combination of a red and purple or red and blue, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't because I'm going, oh, you're a purple pill. Fuck you. You don't believe what I believe. You're not in my cult. You're not in the cool kids club. I'm out. Right. That's what they want you to think. No, that's actually a designation because it's the qualification between what it is you're doing with the red pill and what you're doing with the blue pill, as far as those ideas are concerned. And it's like a pick and pull mentality. I'm only giving a name to a state because we need abstractions. We need terms to identify these things. But it's not an invective. I'm not going, oh, you're blue pill, you're purple pill, fuck you. That's not my point. So when we say, when you bring people on and you want to be respectful, when you say, oh, you're blue pill, here's why. If you're going to explain that, that's one thing. It's another thing to go, well, you think I'm blue pill. Why do you think I'm blue pill? You know, why are you calling me a bad name? That's another conversation. It's not a practical conversation.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Okay. I think there was, we're going to wrap up here in a second, guys.
we have
Sorry to be long about that, but it
No,
needs
it's
to be
okay.
said.
No, it's okay. I mean, hey, he brought up
we're
some
using terminologies
criticisms.
right now that we want that we want to give names to. We want them to be insults. We want them to be some, well, I'm red pill. Oh, you are? Great. You're in my red pill club. Oh, you're blue pill? Well, I can't stand those guys.
All right. So let's see here. What and then let's go. Did we have
0712?
All right, go ahead.
All right.
1 hour. And you paid
0712, you there?
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Hear you.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Not
What's
bad,
up?
not bad.
Make it quick, man, because we have
appreciate
to.
You guys. Absolutely, you guys are awesome. Definitely provide a lot of value, especially when you guys brought on Nate and the guy after him with the Turo stuff. Man, that was amazing.
There you go.
So, one thing before I get started, Marquette should be flying back in. Any updates on that?
I sent him a text. So we're talking behind the scenes right now.
He's talking about the Saint Center, guys. We'll make that happen. We definitely are due for another show with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, was that your question?
Yeah. No. So, Myron, I've seen you multiple times on the show when the girls are talking about the whole how they were oppressed and so on. That you've sort of agreed with them, and you sort of did it again about 20 minutes ago by saying, they fought for their rights and they're not going to give it up. So I kind of want to challenge you on that a little bit. So I think that's the reason why a lot of women have this whole toxic masculinity, men ain't shit, fuck all men and all that mentality. It's because Western society actually teaches them this, and going through public high school and all that, they're constantly told that they were oppressed. And if you actually say, take a step back, that's not really the case, they may actually change the way they think. And because you guys have a platform, I could give a fuck what the girls think, but it's about reaching an audience. And Jordan Peterson sort of touched on it, but like the guy was mentioning, he is sort of blue pilled, so he kind of backed off immediately. And
so I'm still a little confused.
What he was saying is,
when did I say, like, I'm a little lost by you said that, like, when girls say we're oppressed and I agree with them? I don't recall ever agreeing with the girls when they said we're oppressed.
No, not currently, but they're saying like in the past they were. And so now, as a result of that, they're like, okay, this is where we are. Times are changing, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like a few minutes ago, you were like, because they fought so hard for their rights, I doubt they're going to give it up. So you're kind of agreeing with the notion that they were oppressed in a sense.
Yes, I mean that's a fact, bro. Like women weren't treated as equals for the longest period of time. Like that's not like that's really not up for discussion.
Okay, thank you.
They weren't.
Now let me challenge you on that a little bit. So if you think about it, how I think about it is that it was a class thing, not necessarily a gender thing, right? Now it's not like racism. It's a little different. Now, if you're going to tell me, yes, bro, this is the fact that they weren't allowed to vote and so on, I'll agree with you. However, it's more of like women actually agreed on that and they were fine with that. And I'll give you examples of that. Like, why aren't they doing this in certain places? Like, let's say Saudi Arabia or certain other places. It's because men are like, oh, no, you're not going to do it. That's what it is. Or it's because women actually agree with that mentality, right? Now, same thing. So if you take a step back and say, hey, for example, here's a good example. In 2016, Trump versus Hillary, majority of the voters are women, and they played a big part in helping Trump get elected. So a lot of women actually see other women as unfit for that position. So that's basically what I'm saying, is that if you actually take a step back and tell them, hold on, it wasn't necessarily an oppression. It's not necessarily that you were oppressed. It was a class thing. A wealthy person was fine, just like a wealthy woman or his wife or his daughters. He wouldn't want something ill for them or bad for them, right? He wouldn't wish like, oh, you can't do this. Why? Because you're a woman. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Not really, man. Because I mean, you could say, I mean, your argument is a bit segmented there because what you're trying to say is that women weren't oppressed. It's like they wanted it to be that way. No, they didn't, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have fought the way as hard as they did for women's suffrage and for female equality. Like, there was clearly a majority of them that felt that they were being oppressed. They fought. They got the equality that they have now. And I argue nowadays, there's not really, much oppression, if any at all. If anything, I would argue that women have it's overcorrected.
Yeah.
But bro, there's no disputing the fact that women were not in any way equal to men, or from a human perspective. You know what I'm saying? They're almost like looked at as property, and they fought for the rights. And now they have those rights, but it's overcorrected. So for you to sit there and say, oh, well, not really, they were equal, and they liked being subservient to men and all that. No, bro, because they wouldn't have fought for the rights had they been okay with it. Like,
I got two things.
I never said they were equal.
So first,
I never said they were equal, Myron.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that the fact is, like, yes, there were certain things, obviously, that we can point out and say, hey, you weren't the same as the man or whatever. However, what I'm saying is the whole notion is that's what I disagree with you, basically, is that you're saying that they weren't the person they fought for it. It wasn't actually them. What was they fight? And you actually mentioned this, right? It was men that were actually disagreeing with other men and made it happen, in a sense. Now, going back to what I was saying is that I believe it was a class thing. A wealthy woman, like Bill Burr, in one of his acts, he was actually talking about it. He was like, he alluded to it by saying like white women are complaining as well. Bitch, you're in the jacuzzi with me. And that was the case as well back then. Like, wealthy women were allowed to do a lot of stuff that poor women were allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that whole concept is like.
But what percentage of women were wealthy, bro? Like you're trying to like attribute like the elite class of women that didn't have a problem with that to like the masses. And regardless of if the men fought for it, regardless of if the men fought for it or the women fought for it, it doesn't matter, because by proxy, the men fought for the rights of the women because the women wanted the rights. So the guys were like, okay, I'll white knight because enough girls want to fucking become equal. So I'm going to do it. And they did it. And then here we are, bro. So you could say, well, the men fought for it. That's cool. But why did the men fight for it? Because the women wanted it. So by proxy, the women got the equality through men, but they still wanted it. It's just that the men were the muscle to actually make it happen. So that doesn't prove your point either, man. Like, it's like, I don't know, Rollo, go ahead.
Well, if you want a history lesson, here's the history lesson. There were never any waves of feminism. Okay, we're still on one wave of feminism right now. What was created at Seneca Falls in 1849 at that convention is still the same impetus that's going on right now. The only thing that's been different has been they got the right to vote in 1920. The 19th Amendment was ratified by who? By one vote, by one simping guy whose mom gave him a note and said, vote for the girls. And that's history. Go look it up. August 18th, 1920. You will find it right there. Number two is that early suffragettes were notoriously racist. They didn't want black women to have the vote. They didn't want black men to have the vote at that time either.
Yeah.
So there was a certainly a racial divide as far as that was concerned. Now, is that representative of, like, say, the Sisterhood Uber Alice? Probably not back then, but you got to remember that voting was a whole different animal back then. It was, are you contributing to society so that you have we thought of voting back in those days as a personal duty. It was something you had to do. In fact, you could be arrested in some cases for not voting because it was considered your civil duty to go and do such things. So that was number thing. That was one of the you want to talk about voting and voting rights. That's why there was such a conflict, because women weren't putting in they had no skin in the game. So therefore, should they have a right to vote? It was based on a republic-based form of democracy at that time, where you had to actually have some skin in the game. The other thing is that when we look at how this kind of, and I hate to say it, but it's probably in some way sort of erases what you're talking about here, is that you want to call it a class divide or a class issue. And it's not a class issue if the main people who are promoting that are white women who are, the upper class, like, Susan B. Anthony's or whatever it is, the people who want to have those have voting rights for women, but at the same time, they're notorious, racists at that time. So you can say it's a class issue, but is it a class issue if the main impetus of it is to get all women the right to vote? So once we got to 1920, remember the suffragette movement started in 1849, I think. So let's just round it off, 1850 to 1920. So you're looking at 70 years of the suffragette movement. What happened socially in 70 years? The Civil War sure as hell happened at that time. You look at all of the rise of the age of industry at that time. We had the robber barons and everything else that was going on then.
Industrialization.
You already had World War I at that time as well. So to call this strictly a social issue is it's disingenuous, okay? Because so much social change happened between 1850 and 1920. Now let's continue. Let's keep going past 1920 all the way up to 1965 when we had the sexual revolution. What happened then? What has happened to where we're at right now, right? We see the rise we see the Gloria Steinem militant version of feminism come around. 1970, we've got all, women burning their bras, right when Vietnam, it's post-World War II. Now we've got Vietnam, we've got women who are jumping into the baby boom generation and the free love society and all that stuff. And now we have this wondrous invention that allows women to control the birthing process and human reproduction.
Tampons.
So to say it's only based on one thing is stupidly disingenuous. Okay, so to compare the suffragettes of 1950 to where we are right now in 2021 is just bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
There were a lot of things going on, man. I mean, to say it's attributed to only class is crazy.
I think this is a cause. I think this is a cause of why they think the way they do right now. That's why I never said it was the only thing or any of that stuff.
No, you said it was a fucking class thing, and I'm going to tell you it's way more than that. It's way more than that.
What?
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, though, because women will rely on this idea that they were like the Hebrews of old, being, in Egypt, and let my people go, like they were in bondage and slaves and chains and stuff like that. I get it, because that plays well with that female victim ideology. Understood, got it. But the thing is when we're talking about, you're talking about the 19th, when I laugh at MGTOW saying we need to repeal the 19th because that would really change our society, I'm all ears. Tell me how you're going to do it. Tell me how we're going to initiate that, and tell me what you think the long-term effects are going to be, considering 1850 all the way up to 2021. Tell me how you think that's going to work out. It's ludicrous. Every time I see that, repeal the 19th, that sounds really good to MGTOWs and black pill guys. But the thing is it's completely untenable. You need a real fucking solution, and you just simply don't know what the fuck to say. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, to attribute it to only class, I could see your point. Caller, I could see your point with class being one of the components, but it's a multivariate situation, man, as to why feminism has reached where it is. There's a bunch of different situations.
We don't even look at voting in the same way. We haven't looked at voting in the same way, like in 1850 to 1920 to 1960 to 2021. We have completely different concepts of what voting ought to be and what like a representative democracy is. Okay, so to say women were considered property, yeah, maybe in some cultures they were. Another thing that gets me is like women will always say, we couldn't own property and we couldn't own money back then. It's like, no. Do you know anything about the coverture laws? In book 4, I cover the coverture laws, which is women could own property and they could own money. They just couldn't when they were married. That was the difference, because when a woman and a man got married, that man became responsible for that woman's financial decisions and for her property. So if she made a bad financial decision, or she inherited a business from her father, her family, and she married a guy, and she ran that into the ground and went bankrupt with that, not her, she's not responsible. The husband is responsible. Yeah. And that's why those coverture laws were in existence right then. Yep. So that's the marshal you get down to. See, the problem with this is you got to have a fucking history degree to rationally explain all this stuff. And by the time you get to rationally explaining it, you know where we end up? Who hurt you?
Yeah.
Why would you have such an obsession with this to make us feel bad? Right. That's where you end up.
All right, caller. All right, call it.
I agree. I really appreciate this last thing. I really appreciate
There's your history lesson.
And
we got to
I'm
move
really
on.
happy about voting and stuff.
Caller.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, last thing. I'm closing out. Closing out.
Thank you, fam. All right. Last caller, 6611.
Shalom alaikum.
Hello. You there?
90 seconds.
Go ahead, man.
You have 90 seconds to make your
How are
case.
y'all?
Yeah, because we got to. Yeah, because Fresh got to go, guys.
Okay. All right. So I've been working on the trifecta money, muscles, game. When it comes to muscles, you know, I'm 12% body fat, blah, blah, blah. Game, you know, I went from one-nighted to puppet master. But the last thing I'm working on is money. I'm about to turn 20 right now. And after watching the tapes, I feel like I have this itch to be financially free.
60
and I don't know if
seconds.
I'm rushing it or not. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on that.
How to make money?
Is that what you're asking?
If I'm rushing it or not, because it's such a big part of my head. Like I'm really beating myself up about it that I need to be financially free.
No, that's how you should be, bro. That's healthy because think about this. If you're comfortable, you're not gonna want change. And change comes with, okay, how to improve, how to become better. And regarding money helps with a lot of problems. So having that inclination that, you know what, in my head, anything to make money, anything forward is good. It's gonna encourage you to take actions that you normally wouldn't take and take risks as well. So regarding having that mindset is good. Now you got to harness that energy and put it to work. That means either learning about skills, you know, having a trade, or for example, learning an online skill as well. You can do from your computer.
10 seconds.
The point is that like having that mindset doesn't hurt you; it helps you. Just harness that power and use it in the right way.
Go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
There you go.
And I would also say this is I look at I had to fundamentally change my opinion of money like halfway through my life. I look at money now as a currency, and I mean it's a currency, right? But I mean like in terms of like it's an electrical current. It's something that I can use to get something else done. And one of the things that I have to focus on now with respect to money is I use that currency to do the things that I want to do or that I think are valuable at this point, because I'm at a point in my life right now where it's like I'm not trying to accrue money as much. I mean, please give me more money, but I want to be able to use it in different ways. And I had to sort of get out of this mentality of I need money to pay my bills, or I need money to do something to affect something greater. And this is what another thing is if you're not a commodity, if you're not if you're not a brand, you're a commodity. that's sort of the mentality. It's another thing that you have to unlearn, I think, is unlearning your old way of thinking about money and thinking about it in different terms. Abundance mindset also applies to money. And then the other thing is wealth enforces will. So if you want to affect your will upon the world, you've got to have the means and the currency, the electrical current, to do that. So remember that wealth enforces will. Don't think in terms of I got to get money to pay bills. I got to get money to do the things that I want to do, which are start a business, which is, you know, have a nice house or whatever it is. Think of it in terms of currency, like as an electrical current.
Fair enough.
Boom. Okay.
Cool.
All right, Dave, call it.
All right.
Well, actually,
thank you.
we'll just hit the super chats, man, and then I know we're tight on time here.
We'll exit.
M Waltz 469. Y'all remember The Incredibles when Myron spits facts? You should use the voice clip from the Evil Guy Syndrome saying, "You sly dog, you got me."
I have that clip actually. I use that on my show.
That's when the mic dropped. Yeah. Hey, here's the thing, man. With the other caller, as far as like, you know, women and suffrage and all this stuff, I see his point. It's just that it's a far more complex situation.
He thinks you're reinforcing
from
old
class.
tropes, and you're not.
It's far more than just class, guys. Okay. You know, but hey, all critiques are good. Gavin Reed, Mike, I know the struggle. Also, Mike, I remember discussing with affluent people that our lives were the same. My dad was in drugs, so was your dad. I had a driver as a kid, etc. Okay, a little lost. Bank child $10. At very least mandatory paternity tests with all deliveries. Why isn't it? Keep doing what you do, Kings. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. In France, it's actually legal if a father was to try to test his child. RL, $5 from Canada. Shout out to F&F and the Rational Male. Thoughts on Zamparian and James Marshall. Both are from Seduction Community. I have never heard of either.
I only know Zamparian, and that was briefly in 2017. That's all I can say. I don't know enough.
Jay Martin, $10. Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Stay focused and keep searching for your purpose. All other things will come.
Very true.
That's
Very
a
true.
great quote.
Yep.
Sir Mason, thanks for
Mr.
taking
Jason.
my call, guys. Stay up over.
It's over 9,000.
She calls me king. $5. I'll be in Miami the 16th. Would love to catch a show. I turned 21 on the 19th. Congrats on the success. 500K. Okay. Just finished the 48 Laws of Power. Fantastic.
Good.
Caller's acting like female. I'm a hang up. Low key sits on the phone. SMH. This is a guy from Confront the Blue Pill. Okay. Jason T. Hey guys, he had some valid critiques. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He wanted to see a little bit more pushing, but hey man, we afford all our guests a certain level of respect to keep the conversation high quality and to not put them on edge, guys. Like, I mean, it's a live show. You know, you got to respect
not
the
blood
guests, man.
sport. It's not. This isn't a YouTube blood sport.
We treat all our guests really, really well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've never heard any of them complain.
And also, to get the most impact, you can't come with force. You have to come with respect, and from there, things can change.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I'm saying, guys? Okay. And it's okay to disagree and have different views, guys. $5, Jason T. The last caller needs to read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You lose every argument you engage in. Life's about connecting.
Bam.
Pat Stedman's Polish passport. What's the call-in number? Sorry, Pat Stedman. We got to get
Too
going
late,
here.
Pat Stedman.
Sniper, all that aside, more support. Love you to F&F. You guys have done a lot. Thank you.
Isn't Pat Stedman in a federal prison right now?
I think they got it for a misdemeanor. $10 for both. But the FBI wasn't playing around. They went and actually arrested people for misdemeanors, which is rare for the feds to do that. $30. L Storm 26 was messing around with a girl who had a boyfriend. She left him. We got into a relationship, but it didn't last long. She went back to the old BF, but still cheated on him with me even after they married and had kids. Was I simping? We always, man, guys, it's not worth it chasing after a chick that has a boyfriend, because you never know what these guys are willing to do, bro, to get their girl back. A lot of these dudes
they
will
might
fucking
kill you,
try to
bro.
kill you, bro.
They might kill you, bro.
Like, never underestimate a man's level of not being of how do I say this? Of a not abundance mindset, but of a scarcity mindset, bro. Dudes will kill you for chicks, guys. You guys got to understand that.
Yeah, especially low value guys are probably the more ones you need to be more worried about.
Yeah,
and then
bro,
the other thing is, were you simping? Well, maybe not, but that's irrelevant, because why are you messing with a girl with a boyfriend? You should be spinning more plates, and that wouldn't be an issue. You go, she's got a boyfriend. I got 3 other girls I want to suck my dick.
Boom. Sniper, $10 and $10. Thank you for those 2 donations, Sniper. Appreciate it greatly. And then last one, Pervy Sage. First ever super chat. Just want to give you all your flowers. Just wondering if there is going to be another after-hour show. Rollo tonight. Also, Naruto is better than DBZ. No, there isn't, guys. Rollo's got.
We got a big show tomorrow lined up too.
Yeah, big show for you guys tomorrow. $2 from Nothing King 454. Gave divorced friend your book. Now he has 2 hot girls. Hey,
there you go.
And then Ian Simmons, $20. Probably made fun of Chris's hairline. Message.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. But guys, so first got to go, man. He's got to meet some people, man. Trying to land some big guests for you guys so that we can have some more lit shows. And then tomorrow we got Rollo Tomassi, Andrew Tate, Sterling Cooper, and I think Justin might make
Justin Wall is going to come down. Yeah, Justin's in too. And us. It's going to be an all dude show. It's going to be a sausage party.
Yeah, it's going to be a sausage party tomorrow, guys. So check us out tomorrow. It's going to be a great panel tomorrow night, probably around 8 or something like that p.m. We'll let you guys know when I'll figure out what Andrew and Sterling are going to get their schedules. And then Monday, we're going to have our one-on-one interview with Andrew. I know y'all been waiting for that one. We're going to go over everything from girls to being in Europe to depression to bitches to making money to everything, guys. It's going to be lit. And that's going to be a long one. So prepare yourself for Monday night, 7 p.m. We're going to have him. But yeah, man, we're going to have a great show with y'all. And then Sunday, do you want to make the announcement for Sunday what we're doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're doing.
No, we got y'all.
Sunday we're gonna have
you guys.
a top podcast, definitely for finance and for investing and becoming a better man. It's called Earn Your Leisure. It's gonna be here on Sunday.
You got it,
Yeah. We're gonna bring Earn Your Leisure
man.
back,
I'm
guys,
leaving on Sunday. I wish I was here.
Yeah, man.
So guys, we got some heat for y'all. So I know you guys are probably mad, like fucking Fresh always got to leave. He's actually gonna go meet up with Earn Your Leisure right now, guys. So yeah, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that call-in show. It was a little spicy. We had some debates with some of the callers and everything else like that, but that's what it's about, man. It's not about confrontation. It's about
relationships. Connections.
I don't know.
Networking. It's all about love. No,
There you go.
it's all about healing.
It's all love.
It's all about healing and love. It's healing and love.
Finish it for me, but y'all. No, it's great, guys. We love interacting with you guys. Valid criticisms. Thank you guys so much for the support. We appreciate it. Hey, if you don't get challenged, you don't grow. So thank you guys so much. Peace.
Stay out of entanglements.